field, puts it up. Stone. Now Harrison. Harrison at the 10-yard line to the 15, to the 20, 25. Harrison to the 30, 35, 40. Randy Harrison to the 50, 45, 40, 35, and Randy Harrison goes out of bounds at the 34-yard line of Houston.
Elvis Bradley, number 20, the junior from Longview, pushed him out. And Notre Dame has excellent field position on the opening kickoff.
First down and 10 yards to go now for the Fighting Irish. Joe Montana is the quarterback. And that'll run the attack. He's 141 for 260, 54.2%, 10 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
A 56-yard return by Randy Harrison.
Evans is the tailback. Buchanan is the fullback, and he moved it to the 31-yard line as Steve Bradham, the linebacker, came in to make the tackle. Jerome Evans, the starting tailback, who rushed for 728 yards and averaged 4.1. There is the backfield, Montana. Well, that's not the one they started, but that is the one they'll have in there a good part of the day.
I'll imagine Vegas Ferguson, the most valuable player in last year's Cotton Bowl. But they're starting the senior, Jerome Evans, who leads career yards rushing, all-time leader for Notre Dame.
Give it again to Jerome Evans. And he powers his way through almost to the 25-yard line as David Hydes, the junior from Clute, and Jose Taylor came in to make the tackle. Both had outstanding seasons for the Houston Cougars. As the Houston defensive line and the linebackers.
A very quick secondary. Cook, Hatfield, Ebner, and Bradley.
To his fullback, and Palace. Pete Palace carried the ball, and Bradham was in there to make the tackle at the 25-yard line.
Watch the Houston Cougar defense react just off tackle. That's Pete Palace, a senior, 6'2", 204, nowhere to go. And watch the red jerseys. Number 1, Steve Bradham, the junior linebacker from Longview, filled the gap. Fourth down, Notre Dame will go for it.
Palace is out of the ballgame now. Buchanan's in there at fullback. Fourth down, about a yard and a half to go. Evans, he's stacked up.
I don't think he made it.
He didn't make it. And the ball will go over to the Houston Cougars, who have held and nullified a brilliant kickoff return by Notre Dame. So the Cougars are going to take the ball. Jose Taylor and Fred Snell were there on the tackle for Bill Yeoman's Cougars. They take it at their own 24-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go, and Danny Davis is in there to run the attack. His running backs are Emmett King and Randy Love, both gained over 1,000 yards. There they are. The receivers, Herring, Adams, Jurgadis, and the offensive line.
The key to the Houston attack on the Veer offense is a lot of east-west running, whether or not they'll be able to cut on this slippery field.
With the King, and Emmett King powers up to the 30-yard line before Bob Golick comes in to make the tackle. Gain of 6 will make it second down and 4 yards to go. Steve Heimkreider also on the tackle for Notre Dame. Here's the Notre Dame defense. Average Weston, Calhoun, and Hankard.
Average about 250 pounds in that front four for the Irish.
Second down play coming for the Houston Cougars, champions of the Southwest Conference. Love. And he moved it up to the 35-yard line. Heimkreider again coming in on the tackle. They take a long look now at first down yardage. John Hankard also on the tackle.
Two great running backs for Houston. King, who gained 1,095 yards. There's the linebackers for Notre Dame. Heimkreider, Golick in the middle, All-American, and Bobby Leopold on the outside.
They're going to measure for the possible first down here now. Artificial turf here at the Cotton Bowl.
But the two running backs for Houston, Lindsay, very quick. They can break it at any time. King gained over 1,000 yards.
First and 10.
And Randy Love, right alongside of King, gained 1,019 yards. In fact, it's the first time in Southwest Conference history that two backs on the same team gained over 1,000.
Randy Love averaged 5 yards a carry. Emmett King averaged 6 yards a carry. They're sending Eric Herring to a far right. He had 23 catches. A lot of running room for King. Got a 1st and 10. It's up at the 48-yard line. Bobby Leopold finally brought him down 1st and 10. A 13-yard pickup.
Let's see if we can pick up the blocking on the left side. 66, Robert Jones, a sophomore from Tyler, Texas, takes care of the linebacker, and what a hole. Emmett King picks up 13 yards and another 1st down.
Terrell Clark has come into the backfield now. There's Emmett King. 1st down, 10 yards to go. That's Love. Another big hole, and he goes through to the 42-yard line of Notre Dame before Bob Golick brought him down.
Let's take Bob Golick right in the middle. That's one of his keys is the 1st. There's a center popping out. Dennis Greenewalt, the guard. And it's a big hole on the right side. 11-yard pickup, another 1st down, and Houston is taking it right to Notre Dame's defense.
Houston has the ball 1st and 10 at the Notre Dame 42-yard line. Danny Davis, the quarterback. Gets it again to Love. He got through to the 38-yard line before John Hankett brought him down a gain of 4 yards. Jeff Weston also on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 38 for the Houston Cougars.
First responsibility on the Veer defense. On the handoff, the defensive tackles must tackle the back who hits in there first. Then the defensive end has the quarterback, and the cornerback has the pitchback. It's 3 options for Danny Davis.
Willis Adams in a wide left.
Fumble.
It was, got away. Emmett King had the ball fumbled, and Jay Case has recovered it for Notre Dame. Jay Case recovers for the Irish.
This is a problem for Houston. Houston doesn't get beat by too many teams. They beat themselves, Lindsey. They had 44 fumbles on the year and lost 27 of them. And right here, 75, Jay Case, the offside defensive end, gets the football back for Notre Dame.
1st down and 10 yards to go now for the Irish. They have the ball at their own 34-yard line. Montana brings them up. Houlihan in motion across. Give it to Palace, the fullback. Pete Palace. Push back as he got only a yard to the 35. Robert Oglesby, the nose guard. Along with Kenny Hatfield on the corner. Made the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go. Dan Devine with the foul weather gear along the sideline. Head coach of the Irish, finishing up his 4th year as head coach at Notre Dame. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Respotting the ball. Dave Huffman, who is from Dallas, comes over the ball. Montana. And it's incomplete. Joe Montana with an incompletion. And Steve Bradham was the man covering. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Well, Montana would love to have that one back. Dennis Grindinger, the tight end, little play action right, came back against the grain, was wide open.
3rd down play coming now for Notre Dame. Should have caught it. Houlihan's in a wide left, Chris Haynes is in a wide right, and the running backs are split. Montana dropping back. There's a screen right to Evans. Evans tries to back to the inside, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Jerome Evans, 45. Gets across the 40-yard line of Houston. It'll be 1st and 10, Notre Dame at the Houston 38-yard line.
From the end zone, we're going to watch a screen set up to the right side. Pete Palace goes blocking on the left. Watch the screen set up. Jerome Evans makes a great move. 26-yard pickup right here. He beats the linebacker to the inside with good speed. He hasn't played the last couple of games too much. Right, Lindsey? Evans didn't play against Georgia Tech and saw limited action against SC. He looks like he's ready.
Looks like he's ready. Vegas Ferguson has not been in the ball game so far. Palace and Evans. That's Evans from the tailback. Dives across the 35-yard line and up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 4 makes it 2nd and 6. Robert Oglesby in to make the tackle again. He's a junior from Fort Worth. He was a prep All-America at Arlington Heights. No score. We're in the first quarter. We have 8 minutes, 58 seconds remaining to be played in this period. Dean Mastak is coming at tight end. Evans has carried 4 times for 12 yards.
Double tight end.
Took the screen pass, of course, for the big gainer. Detmer is in motion across. Montana has the ball. Palace incomplete. Threw it his fullback. David Hodge was covering. All Southwest Conference linebacker and All-American.
Well, he didn't have to throw it that hard, Lindsey. Very cold down there. Your hands really get cold on a day like this.
Buchanan comes in at fullback now, and Palace goes off. Houlihan's going out to a wide left. Chris Haynes to a wide right. Buchanan's in the left set. Evans in the right set for Montana. Joe Montana up the middle, and Mastak has it at the 15 to the 10. The freshman Dean Mastak goes to the 5-yard line.
Oh, what a great catch, Lindsey. He's a good target, 6'4 and a half, 225 pounds, and Montana's right on target. He split the backs, pro-type offense, goes back in the pocket. He's got his eye on the big tight end all the way. 28-yard pickup, 1st and goal at the 6.
No score, but the Irish are threatening here now in the first quarter. They've got Palace back in there at fullback. Jerome Evans is the tailback. Houlihan in motion across. Jerome Evans to the left side, but stacked up after a gain of a yard at the 5. Darrell Wilkerson along with Steve Bradham in to make the tackle. 2nd down and goal to go. Notre Dame at the Houston 5-yard line.
I've been watching Steve Bradham, the junior out of Longview. He's very active in there, Lindsey, from the inside linebacker. Houston will be in the normal college defense, a 5-2, 5 defensive linemen and 2 inside linebackers. And they have to be quick, and they are.
2nd down and goal to go at the 5. Evans in the right set, Palace in the left. Motion across, that's Detmer. Palace, fullback carried. Got a couple of yards to the 3 before David Hodge made the tackle. 3rd down and goal, Notre Dame at the Houston 3-yard line. Houston won 9 games, lost 2 this year. Notre Dame won 8, lost 3. Notre Dame lost their first 2 and their last one.
I'll tell you, it favors the team who has the wind. There's a lot of wind blowing left to right of your screen. Notre Dame must put some points on the board when they have the wind in the first quarter.
Montana's rolling and looking and keeping, and Montana tries to shoulder and touchdown, Notre Dame. Montana lowered the shoulder and got in for the touchdown.
Watch Bowman here, number 74, the defensive end. He goes over and knocks and hits Montana right at the goal line. Let's see if he gets in. It's very close. Referee right there, he got over. And Montana goes in for Notre Dame's first score. There he is. A nice, clean-cut young man. 9 plays, 66 yards, Lindsey. Took up 3 minutes and 41 seconds off that clock.
Joe Eunice, who is from Dallas, Texas, will attempt a conversion. Chuck Mayall is disabled, and so Eunice is doing the converting. Knaffel is holding for him. Knaffel puts it down and drops it. Knaffel tries to scramble for it. Mayall tries to get to it. Ball is still loose. The conversion is no good, and the play is ended. So the score is Notre Dame 6 and Houston nothing. And we have 6 minutes, 55 seconds left to play in the first quarter of the Cotton Bowl game here in Dallas, Texas. The Green Machine, they call it in South Bend. And now Notre Dame will be kicking off, and Steve Seachy has teed the ball up on the 40-yard line. He's a freshman from Fargo. And dropping back to receive it, Terry Elston, number 7, Linnell Fee, number 15. There is the scoring drive. Montana, by the way, is 2 for 4, 54 yards so far. Seachy puts it up. Elston at the 6-yard line. He's at the 10 at the 15. Terry Elston across the 20 and fumbles the ball at the 24-yard line. And Notre Dame has recovered. Notre Dame has recovered the fumble.
Well, Elston on the special teams. He's a backup quarterback. He's trying to get over to the right side. He's got his 2 hands on the football here. He gets hit, coughs up the football. And I think it was Bob Crable, a linebacker, who got it back for ND.
Crable was a late-season ball hawk at Notre Dame, and apparently was on that one, too, to give it 1st and 10 Notre Dame at the Houston 25-yard line. You'll recall that the Houston Cougars were here year before last in the Cotton Bowl, and they scored 21 points quickly against the University of Maryland. Seachy made the hit, by the way, on that return. Vegas Ferguson is in there, but he was faked to Ferguson, and the pass was incomplete. Chris Haynes down the left sideline, the intended receiver. Evans was in the fullback spot, and Ferguson the tailback in that set.
Now they got the best two backs in there. Grindinger open again, Lindsey, coming across. He dropped one earlier. He came back with the same play. It's wide open. I would get guessing here Montana's going to keep that in mind. You'll see that play a couple more times today.
Evans goes off, and Palace comes in at fullback now. Ferguson became the second Notre Dame man in history to rush for over 1,000 yards this year. 1,192, average 5.6. He's the tailback, 32 in the ball game just now. Now Montana rolls and throws the screen left. Taken on the left side by Vegas Ferguson. Got inside the 20-yard line, down near the 16, as Fred Snell made the tackle.
From the end zone, that's number 32, Vegas Ferguson. Play action. He'll set up the screen. A little half roll right, Lindsey. Screen back to the weak side. And a good block coming out by the guard. Vegas Ferguson makes a good cut. Almost picks up the first down. A little short.
Vegas Ferguson holds all sorts of records at Notre Dame.
1,192 yards rushing on the year, Notre Dame record.
This is Vegas Ferguson. He's got the first down with yards to spare. He's inside the 10 at the 8. First down and goal to go. Gerald Cook from the corner made the tackle for Houston, along with Kenny Hatfield. Dan Devine along the sideline. Ball is near the 7-yard line. First and goal.
Cook and Hatfield credited with the tackle.
5 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Notre Dame is leading by a score of 6-0. Detmer in motion across. Montana. Mastak could not hold on. The freshman Dean Mastak.
Well, Montana got all the time in the world to throw the football. Finally picked out his tight end. Was right on the numbers with it. Just dropped it.
So it'll be second down and goal to go at the 7-yard line. Here comes Jerome Evans back into the ball game. Palace is coming back in. Buchanan is going out. Ferguson is going out. On the second down play, Montana brings him up in an eye, and the wing back to the right side is Detmer. Detmer in motion across. Quick pitch to Evans from the tailback. Evans drives to the 2-yard line, where it'll be third down and goal to go. Notre Dame at the Houston 2. 6-yard pickup by Jerome Evans, who runs from both the tailback and the fullback in the Notre Dame eye.
This time, Evans is in the eye, pitch around the right side. Pete Palace in front of him blocking. I thought Evans did a nice job, Lindsey, getting down to the 2-yard line. He's hit here about the 6 by number 10, Gerald Cook. Evans now 19 yards and 6 carries.
Buchanan is coming to the ball game. He's a freshman from Plymouth, Indiana, and Palace has gone out. Buchanan, touchdown, Notre Dame. Pete Buchanan, the freshman, 6'3", 220-pounder, drove in for the second Notre Dame touchdown of the day.
From the end zone, let's watch Pete Buchanan hit in there with a lot of authority, Lindsey. The freshman, 225 pounds, known for his blocking around Notre Dame, but this time he goes off the right side, his third touchdown of the year.
So we have a conversion attempt coming now for Notre Dame, and since they missed the first one, will they go for 2 here?
Don't go away. I was going to say, Lindsey, don't go away, folks. Bill Yeoman gets his veer offense working. They can put some points on the board so quick, it's unbelievable.
Notre Dame's going to try a 2-point conversion. And there is a delay penalty. That will cost them 5. Did not get it in there ahead of the required time, and so it'll cost them 5 yards.
Puts them definitely in a passing situation now, Lindsey. A 2-point conversion and the pass run. The pass run option is very tough defensively, but now with 5 yards, Montana will definitely go upstairs.
Spotted back at the 8-yard line. Notre Dame at the moment is leading 12-0 with the 2-point conversion coming. They split Chris Haynes out to a wide left. Montana rolls and looks. Goes incomplete into the end zone. Trying to get it to Houlihan, and so that conversion attempt fails as well, and the score remains Notre Dame 12, Houston nothing, with 4 minutes 40 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. Steve Seachy is kicking off for Notre Dame to Eddie Wright and Linnell Fee of Houston. The start of the season, Joe Eunice was doing the kicking for Notre Dame. He was not too effective, and Chuck Mayle took over, was very effective, injured in the Georgia Tech game. It's Wright. He's not going to run it out. Touchback. It'll be put in play 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So now the Houston Cougars will be up there running that veer offense. It was originated by Bill Yeoman. Bill Yeoman, one-time captain of the Army team. He and Dan Devine were both assistant coaches to Duffy Daugherty in 1954 on the Michigan State staff. Danny Davis, quarterback, Houston to victory here in the Cotton Bowl year before last. He was out most of last year with an injury. Came back this year to quarterback them again to the Southwest Conference Championship. Danny Davis has got the ball. Still got it. Those quick feet that Paul Horning spoke of, and he moved it out to the 32-yard line. Joe Restic brought him down.
Little counter option, reverse option. Davis was wide open. The defensive end moved in too quick. You could see it. John Hankert got caught on the inside. A 12-yard pickup by Danny Davis. He runs the veer, Bill Yeoman says, better than anyone he's ever had.
They send Eric Herring out to a far right. Love and King are the setbacks. Davis pops it, and out near Herring, incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line. Dave Waymer covering out there for Notre Dame.
Now, he could throw the ball, Lindsey. He completed 76 for passes this year for over 1,000 yards, 49% completion average, 9 touchdowns, and only 7 interceptions.
He was also the 3rd leading rusher with 349 yards on the ground. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. He still got it. Danny Davis picks his way up there to the 40-yard line before Restic brought him down. A gain of about 8 yards on the play will make it 2nd and 2.
From the end zone, I think you're going to see the defensive end, John Hankert, have a good shot at the quarterback, and that's his responsibility. The defensive end must stop the quarterback. He misses him here. Joe Restic on this tackle. Good pickup, 3rd and 2 for Houston.
Notre Dame's leading 12-0. We have 3 minutes 40 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter of the 43rd annual Cotton Bowl game being played on a cold day in Dallas, Texas. Danny Davis with the pitch to Emmett King. King got up to about the 44-yard line as Jay Case came over to Bobby Leopold to make the tackle. A 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Jim Browner also there defensively.
Lindsey, that play might have looked like it was run all the way, but it was not. Perfect example of the veer offense. First, he faked inside to his back. Now the quarterback has an option to throw the pass or pitch it to his trailing back. Now the cornerback is really the key over there for Notre Dame to the top left of your screen when Houston is running right. If he comes up, Danny Davis throws the football. If he stays back, he pitches it to his back, and they're off and running.
1st down. That's Love, Garrett. And he got only a yard. Jay Case was the first man there. It's going to be 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Calhoun and Case teaming for the tackle.
Now the first defensive move for Notre Dame, when the handoff, you must stop that. The defensive tackle or the end just crashes down here and gets Love. Davis, if he would have faked it to Love that time and went on the outside, and of course that's the option the quarterback has.
2nd down, 9 yards to go at the 45. Stops it, and Davis still has it. And he takes a loss of a yard back to the 44, where it'll be 3rd and 10. Jeff Weston and Jay Case win to make the tackle. Garrett Jurgaitis and Hubert Miller are alternated in there at tight end, bringing in the plays from Coach Bill Yeoman.
See, this kind of field, Lindsey, is definitely a disadvantage for Houston. They've averaged 400 yards offensively a game, and this veer offense is an east-west offense with Davis sliding up and down the line of scrimmage, pitching to his backs, and when you start throwing that football around, those backs have to cut. They're losing their balance.
Davis still has it. Now the pitch. And it goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Steve Heimkreider as the defender. Let's go down to Frank Lieber on the sideline. Now on fourth down, Jay Wyatt is back to do the punting. He has averaged 39 yards per punt. Gets it off. Weimer is deep. Scramble is on down there about the 12, 13-yard line.
Notre Dame got mixed up.
They did, and hit a Notre Dame man, and Houston recovered.
It hit a red jersey. It hit one of the Houston Cougars, and Notre Dame thought it was a live football. They should have just spread out, Lindsey, and got away from it.
It's going to be 1st and 10, Houston.
41-yard punt. Let's check it out. I think it hit one of the Houston Cougars back upfield.
1st and 10, Houston at the Notre Dame 12-yard line.
Big break for Houston to get a touchdown. They're not going to keep him off the scoreboard.
Notre Dame is leading 12-0, but now the Houston Cougars have excellent field position here. Still getting it straightened out. Pete Williams, the referee.
Dan Devine is over on the sidelines talking to one of the side judges over there. He wants an explanation again. I tell you, Dan likes to know what's happening out there with the referees.
Well, he does. So now another official is coming over to confer with Bill Yeoman as Dan Devine speaks to the officials. So Dan Devine is still pleading his case as we have 1 minute 31 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. Well, the rolling punt hit a Notre Dame man. Chuck Brown recovered the fumble for Houston, and Houston has it first down and 10 yards to go at the 12-yard line. Danny Davis, the quarterback. That's Love carrying, and he gets inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. John Hankard there on the tackle for Notre Dame, along with Steve Heimkreider.
Dan Devine, the head coach of Notre Dame, has been warned, Lindsey, on the sidelines. If he comes on the field once more, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Now the pitch back to King, and Emmett King downs the ball at the 15-yard line for a loss of 6.
That's a perfect example right there, Lindsey. On a good field, they're going to execute these offensive plays much better. And it's very tough for a Veer-type offense when you have counter action, when you have...
That's Shasta 4, the Cougar, that's kept in an air-conditioned cage on the campus of the University of Houston. Third down at 13 yards to go. Love has carried 5 times for 23 yards. Eric Herring goes far to the right side. Danny Davis, full pivot, sets it up, throws it into the end zone. Touchdown for Houston. Taken there by Willis Adams. Willis Adams took it for the touchdown.
From the end zone, we're going to see Danny Davis. This wasn't a picture pass, but it was end over end, and Willis Adams was wide open in the end zone. The senior, his 5th touchdown of the year. There's Mr. Adams.
He is playing in the East-West game next week, the one that you'll see right here on CBS. Kenny Hatfield is in there to attempt a conversion. Jay Wyatt holds for him, the punter. Wyatt puts it down. Hatfield boots it up, and it's good. So as they come back up the field, it is now Notre Dame 12, Houston 7, and we have 17 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. Well, keep in mind that the NBA will be coming up on CBS. For you basketball fans, on Sunday, January 14th, you'll see The New York Knicks against the Kansas City Kings.
And don't miss Marvin Webster, Bob McAdoo for the Knicks, Phil Ford, and Otis Birdsong for Kansas City.
The Chicago Bulls against the Milwaukee Bucks.
And then it'll be the Lakers against the Seattle Supersonics, and boy, the Supersonics off to a flying start.
Those are regional games, so check your local listings for the game and time in your area. The NBA on CBS. Now, that is Harrison drop back there with Stone to receive the kickoff. It's Hatfield. He's getting prepared to tee it up there at the 40-yard line. Notre Dame 12, Houston 7. Still getting it settled on the tee. Sideways.
Kenny Hatfield will be kicking for the Cougars. Harrison and Stone are the deep men.
Hatfield is a regular cornerback and handles the kicking duties. He's got it there lying flat on the tee. Sails the line drive down, and it's fielded at the 36-yard line. Return only to the 31-yard line. And that was Belden, the fullback, who returned it, Tony Belden. First and 10 for Notre Dame at the 31-yard line.
Well, Lindsay, we mentioned that the field, the playing condition would be a definite factor. There's been 3 turnovers in the game, and all have resulted in scores.
13 seconds remaining in the quarter now as Joe Montana brings the Irish up. Takes it across. Montana has its penalty mark at the line of scrimmage. Long pass to Chris Haynes. Incomplete. Chumchaw was covering on the corner. Chumchaw comes in there as a backup to Hatfield because after kicking off, Hatfield goes to the sideline to take off the kicking shoe. And Chumchaw plays that corner, but there is a marker, you'll recall, at the line of scrimmage.
Both sides against Houston, that'll cost the Cougars 5. Almost offensive pass interference on that last play by Chris Haynes going down the sidelines. They don't look too cold.
Don't look as though they're worried by it in any case. He's cold and he's found a little heat.
They penalty on the last play, offsides against the Cougars, a 5-yard walk-off.
It's first down and 5 yards to go now for Notre Dame. Ball is at the Notre Dame 36-yard line. 7 seconds remaining to be played in the quarter. The clock will start on the snap. The tailback. It was Ferguson carrying, and he was really stacked up by David Hodge and Sam Proctor.
Let's take a look at one of the best athletes on the field today, number 70, Leonard Mitchell. Now, he had inside responsibility. That was not his fault that the play went outside of him. We'll be back in a minute.
Time has run out in the quarter.
There's big number 70, Lindsay, 6'6", only a sophomore, 17 or 18 years old, and he plays basketball also. He's a backup center for Houston.
Leonard Mitchell, and there's the pitch going to Jerome Evans. And he picks up at most a yard as he gets to the 37, David Hodge, in to make the tackle. I'm Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning here at the Cotton Bowl game as we start the second quarter. Notre Dame leads by a score of 12-7. Irish in possession, third down, 4 yards to go. They have it at their own 37.
Boy, is he big. He's credited with 2 interceptions, both for touchdowns, a defensive tackle.
Buchanan is coming to the Notre Dame backfield now, and Palace has gone out. Dan Devine's been shuttling him in and out. Evans has carried 7 times for 20 yards unofficially. Chris Haynes to a wide right, Houlihan to a wide left. Running backs in an I, 3rd and 4 for Notre Dame.
Notre Dame moved.
Penalty markers are down as Taylor was in to make the tackle on Ferguson.
Let's check out the penalty. There's number 90, Jose Taylor, another sophomore.
Illegal motion against Notre Dame.
They'll decline. Notre Dame will have to punt.
They do decline it. 4th down comes up. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
This is another small gentleman, 6'5", 265 pounds. Heavens gets clotheslined. No gain.
So now the punter is Joe Rustick. He averaged 38.2. His long was 66. Donnie Love is back there with Linnell Fee to receive the punt. Same thing happened before. It's at the 40-yard line. And if it hit a Notre Dame man, would be killed there. Marked by the official at the 40-yard line, where Houston will take over as the ball at the moment is resting at the 36.
36-yard line.
A 30-yard punt has given Houston the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Notre Dame's leading by a score of 12-7. Danny Davis brings the Cougars up. He still has it. Pitches to King. Emmett King across the 40. Penalty marker.
Face mask.
Bobby Leopold, Jim Brown, and Joe Restic all there.
Beautiful execution of the veer option that time, Lindsey, by Danny Davis. Could it be a face mask? Let's check it out.
Referee is Pete Williams with the white cap on there. White cap equipped with ear flaps appropriately for the afternoon.
Danny Davis
holding against Notre Dame.
Defensive holding against Notre Dame. They picked up about 7 on that outside option to the right side.
So this is a big one, a 15-yarder in college football. And makes it 1st and 10, Houston at the Notre Dame 41.
Danny Davis has been pretty successful here in the Cotton Bowl, right, Lindsey? He went to elementary school and literally only a stone's throw off the backside of the Cotton Bowl, and he's played here 8 times, undefeated as a quarterback.
This is Love, and he fumbles the ball, and Notre Dame recovers at the 32-yard line. It's a day for turnovers. The cold weather. John Hankert, number 47, on the ball for Notre Dame.
Oh, and a beautiful hole and a good pickup off the right side. They're just controlling the line of scrimmage offensively. Houston, if they can only keep their hands on the football. Randy Love coughs it up, and John Hankert has it for Notre Dame.
Paul Horning, you played in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now, you have days like this. What are the hazards on an extremely cold day?
It is not as bad, Lindsey, playing on the natural turf on a day like this, because you could get a little bit better footing. But this ice on top of this carpet is very slippery, and it's very cold. And you're right, boy, when your hands get cold, you have a tendency to cough up that football. Look at here.
No trouble with the snap. Penalty markers everywhere as Montana gathered it in.
Flags down before the snap.
Well, your hands don't stand much of a chance of getting any warmer during the afternoon.
Well, both clubs have some warmers on the sidelines, and you'll see from time to time that the players, when they're on their sidelines, they'll be right near that heater. Look at this snap from center, Lindsey. The exchange just goes right through Montana's hands. He goes up, makes a nice one-handed stab to get the football back.
5-yard penalties marked off against Notre Dame. You see one of the heaters along the sideline. Illegal procedure is the call, which will make it 1st and 15 and move the ball back to the 27-yard line. Notre Dame is leading by a score of 12-7. We have 13 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first half.
And where is Vegas Ferguson?
Played very sparingly. And motion across. Jerome Evans from the tailback. Cross to the 32. David Hodge in to make the tackle.
Jerome Evans.
Picked up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Penalty marker on the play.
A flag down near the 30-yard line.
It's a good pickup for Evans off the right side, Lindsey, but going to bring it back.
Dave Huffman over there to listen. So that's a personal foul against Notre Dame. So that will move the Irish back deep into their own territory.
Way back. 15 yards. It was 1st and 15, so going to have 1st and 30.
Back to the 22-yard line.
But well, they got a whole lot.
This was a dead ball penalty.
Dead ball foul.
There's also a
So it is second down now.
It's a loss of down penalty.
And 20 to go on 22. Montana. Well, he got it. No, he did not. Incomplete. Incomplete. He did not. It's an incomplete pass that was batted around for a while.
43 is James Wilson, a defensive end who has dropped back in that pass defense. Here comes the pass. Montana under pressure, just a little bit behind Dennis Grindinger. Or was that Dean Mastic? Dean Mastic, number 86. And they ruled it incomplete.
So it's going to be third down and 20 for Notre Dame at their own 22. Houlihan in a wide left. Chris Haynes in a wide right. Penalty marker. It is incomplete. And there's a marker to be checked out. It was Grindinger for whom it was intended. Tommy Ebner was the defender. He's from Dallas.
Well, the receiver's having a little hard time of holding on to Montana's passes. He's been on target 3 or 4 times.
Houston offside.
This time, Notre Dame will get 5 yards back.
Should make it at the 15, or rather at the 27 with 15 yards to go.
Chris Haynes, who led Notre Dame in pass receiving this year with 32 catches, has not caught a pass so far today.
Third down and 15 at the 27.
He's getting double coverage over there too, Lindsey.
Pallas on the draw, and Pete Pallas gets out to the 33-yard line on the draw play, but that'll bring the punting unit in. Ebner and Hodge made the tackle. Joe Restic is coming in to punt for Notre Dame. Son of the head coach at Harvard. He is a senior. And Lonnell Fee drops back right there to receive the punt for Houston.
Houston may try to apply pressure on the punt here. Rushing 10 men, at least it looks like it right now, Lindsey. Here they come.
Gets it off, again not deep, and it hits at the 45 and bounds out of bounds. No run back, and it'll be marked at the 42-yard line, first and 10. So the Cougars get the ball in good field position. Notre Dame is leading 12-7, and we have 12 minutes, 29 seconds left to play in the first half, a 25-yard punt. Bill Yeoman is the dean of the Southwest Conference coaches. He's been at Houston 17 years. He was captain of the Army team in 1948 when a student football manager was a man named Frank Gorham, but he became an astronaut. First and 10 at the 42-yard line. Love carries, and he struggles out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Golick and Case made the tackle.
This is Bob Golick in the middle. Little reverse spin. He comes around the block, comes back in to help out on the stop. The running backs for Houston now, King, 32 yards on 5 carries, and Love's picked up 39 yards and 8 carries.
Love again. This time Golick and Weston are there. It's going to be marked up at the 48-yard line. Picked up a couple of yards on the play. But to leave...
I think that's Bob Golick. He's injured.
It is. Golick was injured in the Southern Cal game when he had a sprained knee.
Here he is in the middle. You see the little equipment tape on his left side. He's hurt his leg, but he came back from the injury very well. He's pushing off of it right here, Lindsey, and I think it just twisted on the left side. Golick's down for Notre Dame.
His backup is Pete Johnson. Third down and 4 yards to go for Houston. They have the ball at their own 48-yard line. Pete Johnson has replaced Golick for Notre Dame. Golick went off under his own power. Danny Davis waiting for the snap for the Houston Cougars. Bobbles it for a moment, picks it up, keeps it himself. Almost gets back to the line of scrimmage. Jeff Weston and Jay Case closed him off. It'll be fourth down now. And the punting unit comes on. Jay Wyatt comes out to do the kicking.
Case, Calhoun, and Weston.
Dave Waymer has started to drop back for Notre Dame. That is Waymer there.
Jay Watt and punt formation.
Harrison is upfield about 10 yards in front of him in tandem.
Yeah, Watt will be kicking with the wind. He averaged 39 yards on the season.
Kramer at the 12-yard line.
Good coverage.
Absolutely. At the 13, it is 1st and 10 for Notre Dame as the Irish will start deep in their own territory.
41-yard punt. Lindsey, we've got a injury report on Bob Golick, the All-American middle linebacker. He injured his knee, but he is expected to return.
We invite you to stay with us during the halftime intermission. We'll have the usual pageantry and also have an interesting guest on at halftime today in the Cotton Bowl. Tell you more about that later. Ferguson, and he is stacked up at the 15-yard line by Jose Taylor, along with Alton Harvey. Let's go down to Frank Lieber on the sideline.
I was behind the Notre Dame bench a moment ago, talked to Joe Montana. He, of course, plays his football in South Bend, grew up in Monongahela, Pennsylvania, says he has never been this cold during a football game in his life. Says the field isn't bad, but he said it's a problem keeping the hands warm. And, of course, the wind is a very big factor, and he can't wait to get it back.
It's not too warm for announcers either, Frank. It's 2nd down and 8 yards to go at the 15. Little hole there.
Very important first down coming up for Notre Dame, and defensively for Houston, a very big 3rd down situation, Lindsey. If Houston can hold Notre Dame here, Notre Dame will have to be punting against that wind, and Houston should have excellent field position.
Mitchell carried on the last play out to the 18-yard line. So it's 3rd down coming up.
18-yard line.
9 minutes, 55 seconds left to play in the first half. Montana has it. Maztek with a sliding catch. And he's right at the stick, so they let's check this one out pretty carefully. See about the possible first down.
Looked like he picked up the first down. All depends on where he spots the ball. Play action. Going to the right of your screen, he comes back against the grain. Mastic has it, slides down. Now, let's see where they marked it. Very important mark of the football. Looked like he marked it back a little bit.
First down.
First down.
1st and 10 for Notre Dame.
Oh, that would have been a big one for Houston. They had to punt against that wind.
Do you remember a play year before last year against Maryland when Danny Davis went back there about his own goal line and completed the pass up the sideline to get them out of there and go on and win the football game?
That's right. Well, they were explosive. Put 4 or 5 touchdowns on the board in the first quarter.
Maztek has caught 2 for 33. It's 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. That's Vegas Ferguson carrying. But he is firmly in the grasp of David Hodge, number 42, the junior from Clute, All-Southwest Conference and All-American linebacker for the Cougars. Loss of a yard on the play. It's at 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
2nd down, 10.
8 minutes, 58 seconds left in the half. Houlihan comes out to a wide left. Montana. Going long to Chris Haynes, incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 yards to go back at the 22. Chris Haynes, during the course of the regular season, caught 32, had 5 touchdowns. Gerald Cook was covering on that corner. He's from Palestine.
So far, Mr. Haynes has been shut out. You know, it's kind of ironic, Lindsey. The only really 2 parts of your body that you realize it's freezing in a day like this are your hands and your feet. And, of course, those are the 2 most important parts of your body in a game like this.
You can speak for yourself. I'm cold all over. It's 3rd down and 11 yards to go at the 22. Fumble. Houston got the ball. The Cougars have it near the 20-yard line of Notre Dame. It's David Hodge on the football.
Well, this is the 2nd time today that Montana and Dave Huffman have had a problem on the exchange from the center to the quarterback, and it is definitely because of the weather. Watch David Hodge react to the football. The big linebacker, the junior from Clute, has got it and Houston is in business.
They are really in business because Notre Dame is leading by a score of 12-7, but Houston has the ball first and 10 just outside the 21-yard line. 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Danny Davis, the quarterback. Hands this one off to Love. Torn jersey and all. He goes to the 17-yard line. Jeff Weston from Rochester, New York, brought him down.
You know, it's interesting. You listen to the Notre Dame players and coaches. They said last year when we had to get ready for Texas, we were up. We were playing for the #1 position in college football. And he said, really, we only had to stop one player, Earl Campbell. He said, getting ready for Houston, much more difficult with the Veer. They've got more skilled athletes, and they are quicker.
Danny Davis with the pitch. King has it inside the 10-5, down to the 3-yard line and maybe the 2. Pete Johnson finally made the stop. It is marked at the 3-yard line. First down and goal to go.
One thing about the Veer, Lindsey, it doesn't matter what defense the other team is in. Here's the fake over the middle, reverse option. King has got it. Now watch him turn it on. 14-yard pickup. First down. And they only need about 4 for the touch.
First down and goal to go at the 3-yard line. 7 minutes, 41 seconds left in the half. Davis rolling and looking and throwing, and it's incomplete. It was Jurgitis in the end zone. Joe Restic covering defensively.
Just a little bit easier, and that would have been 6. There's the big tight end, 6'5", 230. From Falls City, Texas.
Second down and goal to go. Houston at the Notre Dame 3-yard line as Hubert Miller, the sophomore from Fort Worth, brings in the next play. Davis is 1 for 3, 15 yards in the air, but that was the big one. It was the touchdown pass, and here we're getting a Houston timeout. Houston has called for a timeout with 7 minutes, 32 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Notre Dame with a 5-point lead, and Houston threatening has taken a timeout. This is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning at the Cotton Bowl, where Notre Dame is leading Houston by a score of 12-7, but Houston has the ball, second down and goal to go, and they have it at the Notre Dame 3-yard line. We have 7.5 minutes remaining to be played in the first half on a cold day in Dallas, Texas. Danny Davis quarterbacking the Houston Cougars as he has throughout this ball game. He is a senior from right here in Dallas. One time worked in the Cotton Bowl as a peanut salesman when he was a youngster going to elementary school within the shadow of the Cotton Bowl. Davis has got the ball, but Davis cannot advance. It was Jay Case who was hanging on to him, and it's going to be third down and goal still at the 3-yard line. So the big third down play comes now for the Houston Cougars.
Ball now outside the 3-yard line.
Jurgitis is bringing in the next play. Number 85 reporting into Davis.
Counter option. First option is really hurt him.
Penalty markers down to the line of scrimmage. Davis gets into the end zone. Now there's a penalty marker to be checked out. So what's that all about? Davis took it in all right.
Well, they had the counter option pass. Coming back to the weak side, I think it's going to go against
Illegal
Houston.
motion against Houston nullifies what otherwise would have been a touchdown.
Well, it's a big break for Notre Dame here, Lindsey. Here it is. Watch the fake inside. Now they come back against the grain. It's an option right here for Davis to either run or throw the football. He decides to take it in. I tell you, he's tricky.
Illegal motion will move the ball back to the 9-yard line. Third down and goal to go now just inside the 9-yard line. King in love with the setbacks for that man, Danny Davis. King down to the 2-yard line. It'll be fourth down coming up, and it's goal to go.
Pete Johnson makes a stop on the inside. Listen, 3rd and 8 is not necessarily a passing situation for Houston out of the Veer. Look at that hole up front. And Pete Johnson right here makes a good stop. I think that was Jim Browner up from his safety position.
Timeout, Houston. And Bill Yeoman there with his quarterback. On Saturday, January 6th, for 3.5 hours, the new-look CBS Sports Spectacular premieres with the East-West Shrine game, followed by highlights of the fight between Roberto Duran and Monroe Brooks.
And then it's a Hollywood stunt competition, plus the NFL Cheerleader Classic. Well, I'm going to watch that one.
You and I. That's January 6th for the premiere of the action-packed new-look CBS Sports Spec. Don't miss it.
NFL Cheerleaders Classic. Rumor has it that Jimmy the Greek has the Dallas Cowgirls, the 6-5 favorite in that one.
Or at least with 6 points. We have a 4th down situation coming up here as Bill Yeoman talks it over with his quarterback. Bill Yeoman was born in Indiana, attended high school in Glendale, Arizona, was a freshman at Texas A&M, then an All-American center at West Point, captain of the 48th team under Coach Red Blake.
They are going to go. And the key to it will be Davis.
Any man knows the Veer offense is Bill Yeoman. He invented it. Love touchdown. Love took it in for the touchdown.
Quickness of Randy Love. He scored 9 touchdowns on the year. Just straight ahead, Lindsey. From the end zone, just a handoff. Right over his right tackle. He veers to the outside, and his momentum gets him into the end zone. Houston takes the lead.
The Cougars are leading it now 13-12, and they have a conversion attempt coming, and they have Kenny Hatfield in there to boot it. Randy Love, who took it in. Senior from Garland. The punter, Jay Wyatt, holds. Hatfield boots, and it's good. And so now the score is the Houston Cougars 14 and Notre Dame 12, with 6 minutes, 27 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. We were saying that we had an interesting guest coming up at halftime, and it's going to be Dickie Magel, who had an outstanding game here in the Cotton Bowl 25 years ago today as Rice defeated Alabama, and Magel figured in a very bizarre play, and we'll be talking with him about that at halftime. Of course, we have lots of big events coming up on CBS, and one of them is the NFC Championship next Sunday, January 7th, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Oh, it's going to be a great one. The Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. Pat Summerall and Brookie will be there.
So tune it in on January 7th on CBS, the NFC Championship.
Word around Dallas is Roger Staubach will be back at the controls.
Hatfield will kick off here now. Stone is back there deep, along with Randy Harrison to receive it for Notre Dame.
Rams didn't look too shabby yesterday on CBS, did they?
They didn't. Harrison's waiting. He's got it 2 yards deep in the end zone. Goal line 5 and out to the 10. Harrison to the 15, stacked up at the 16-yard line and struggled to the 17, where they'll start 1st and 10. It was Chumchaw downfield to make the tackle. Backup cornerback.
He was stopped near the 17-yard line by Wilson. First and 10.
We were saying early in the ballgame, after Notre Dame had taken an early lead, that the Veer attack of Houston can strike quickly and at any time, and it is struck for 14 points to put them out front. Vegas Ferguson.
Flag is down
Keys
over on
made
the
the tackle.
sidelines.
There is a penalty marker to be checked out.
I tell you, with 6 minutes to go, Notre Dame against this win. The defensive thinking here for Houston is they're on offense right now, Lindsey. They've got to stop them from making a first down, and Houston will be back in business with good field position, and this really hurts.
Holding against the Irish.
Notre Dame had the win in the first quarter, put 2 touchdowns on the board, then 2 turnovers. Notre Dame has given Houston the lead.
He's going to move the ball back to about the 7.5-yard line.
Notre Dame has been penalized half the distance to the goal line. Holding worse than called.
First down and about 20 yards to go. Again, it's Ferguson. He got it out to the 15-yard line. Robert Oglesby from Fort Worth made the tackle.
Now, if Ferguson stays well, he will eclipse Jerome Heaven's career rushing mark at Notre Dame. He'll need about 600 yards next year, and he should accomplish that easy. Went over the 200-yard mark twice during the season.
Second down and 13 yards to go at the 15. Montana back to throw. There's a screen right to Heavens, and he slips out of bounds at about the 9-yard line.
Pass from Joe Montana, complete to Jerome Evans.
Jerome Evans broke the career rushing record at Notre Dame that had been held for so many years by George Gipp, prompting the wags around South Bend to say that Notre Dame no longer won one for the Gipper, they won one for heaven's sake. It is third down coming up. 5.5 minutes remaining to be played in the first half. Third and long. Haynes in the wide right, Houlihan left. Montana rolling. Goes to Houlihan, and it is intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Hatfield. Hatfield is returning, and he's across the 40, 35 to 30. Kenny Hatfield goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. First and 10, Houston at the Notre Dame 25 on Kenny Hatfield's interception.
There's Montana. He's trying to come up with the play, Lindsey, to get him out of that territory, a big first down, but what a defensive interception by Kenny Hatfield. Good hands, and Hatfield keeps his balance on a good return, a 25-yard return. He's out of bounds.
Hatfield is also the placement kicker, in addition to being a cornerback. First down, 10 yards to go. Danny Davis brings them up. That is Love carrying. Randy Love popped it to the 17 before Mike Calhoun and Bobby Leopold brought him down. Gain of 8 yards on the play, 2nd and 2.
Well, if Houston offensive line will keep the pressure on with these two backs, Love and King.
Joe Restick is down. It's an injury timeout.
Halftime score, Alabama over Penn State by 7. I was saying, Lindsey, the offensive line for Houston is really coming off the football. And these backs, both Emmett King and Randy Love, they hit in there so quick. Your defensive tackle, they must stop first the handoff to the backs, and that has been Houston's best play so far. Love has 54 yards on 11 carries, and King 55 yards on 8 carries. Very balanced rushing.
Joe Restick is leaving the field. He has been replaced by Randy Harrison at the free safety spot for Notre Dame. Restick is also the punter. Second down, about 2.5 yards to go. Houston at the Notre Dame 17-yard line, and Houston is leading by a score of 14 to 12. This is King. First and 10. At the 10, Tom Gibbons made the tackle for Notre Dame.
All during the first half. Look at the wide splits for that Houston veer, and look at the hole, Lindsey. Even though he almost gets tackled by Calhoun, the splits of the offensive line of Houston, the blocking up front, there's huge gaping holes for those two backs to run into, especially from tackle to tackle.
They've got Adams in the wide left, Jurgitis in the slot. Love got the football, and he lost a yard.
Closed it.
Second and 11 at the 11-yard line. John Hankard and to make the tackle along with Jeff Weston. Hubert Miller brings in the next play. John Newhouse comes in now at a running back also for Houston.
They very possibly could get a first down, but they got to move the football to about the 6-inch line to get a first down.
It's possible, but not likely. Davis has the ball. Davis drove inside the 5-yard line to the 4. Jay Case there on the tackle.
Now, this is an excellent decision on the part of Danny Davis here. It looks like he's not going to gain maybe 1 or 2 yards, but he just waits and picks his spot. He goes inside, and on that field, he slides an extra 3 or 4 yards. He got it inside the 5. It's resting at the 4-yard line.
Third down coming, 3rd and 4 at the 4. Houston leading 14-12 and driving with 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the half. Davis still alive. Throws it up into the end zone and throws it away. It's incomplete. 4th and 4 at the 4-yard line.
Wise decision.
Hatfield's coming in. He's the field goal man.
He threw it away on purpose, Lindsey. Wasn't anybody in the vicinity of that pass. Danny Davis didn't want to be sacked for that 10 or 12-yard loss.
In field goals this year, Hatfield was 2 for 4.
Well, they scored so many touchdowns, it didn't matter. 44 touchdowns in an 11-game season.
This will be a 21-yard attempt with Wyatt holding for Hatfield from the hash mark right. The 21-yarder is good. And the score is Houston 17, Notre Dame 12. And we have exactly 3 minutes remaining to be played in the first half of the 43rd annual Cotton Bowl game here in Dallas, Texas.
Injury report on Joe Restic, the fine safety, free safety for Notre Dame, has a contusion on his back and possibly he could return.
Notre Dame is deploying to receive the kickoff. That is Harrison dropping back there with Stone to receive the kickoff, and Hatfield has teed it up.
Well, Lindsey, you watch Notre Dame all year long, and it seems to me that Joe Montana usually responds passing the football when he's in trouble, when he has to throw the football. And I think they're going to be in trouble in the second half, and he's going to have to come on and throw the football. They're going to have to catch it. They've dropped 3 or 4 in the first half.
I would think that they consider themselves to be in some trouble right now with Houston out front 17-12. Hatfield kicks it off. It's over to Harrison's side of the field, and he's got it at the 9, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Harrison to the 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 21.
Harrison on the kickoff return to the 20-yard line.
Newhouse was downfield to make the tackle for Houston.
Down by Williams and Love.
Houston's first year of eligibility for the Cotton Bowl was 1976. And that's when they came in here and defeated Maryland, and Bill Yeoman was runner-up that year for National Coach of the Year honors.
What a job he's done at Houston.
Villahan in motion across. Give it to the fullback. Evans has moved it out across the 30-35 and on to the 37-yard line for a 1st and 10. Chumchall made the tackle.
Good blocking off the left side. Jerome Evans, as Vegas Ferguson, the I-back, he hands it off to Evans. He slides to his left. He's going to pick up 17 yards here and the 1st down.
Wind has blown the ball around, and the officials give chase to get it back and re-spot it. Evans has scored 11 times for 39 yards for Notre Dame today. 1st and 10, short at the 37-yard line. Montana. Bendinger cannot hold on, it's incomplete.
Now Notre Dame's tight ends having trouble this afternoon holding on to the football. I think that's about the 5th time a tight end has dropped the football. It would have been a good catch, Lindsey. But as I said, the cold, that's the first thing that people worry about in a game like this is their hands.
It will be 2nd down coming now with 10 yards to go at the 37. Houston's leading by a score of 17-12. Montana. And it's complete up the middle. And Evans takes it across the 45-yard line to the 46. David Hodge made the tackle.
A little short of the 1st down.
He was stopped by Hodge and Hatfield.
3rd down and a yard to go.
Short of the
Notre Dame at the Notre Dame 46.
3rd down.
Darrell Wilkinson coming in defensively.
For the 1st.
Little light snow is falling here at the Cotton Bowl. Montana 6 for 14, 71 yards. pop this one up the middle, and it is Jose Taylor on the tackle.
That's Pete Buchanan, the
carried it.
fullback.
Now they're going to check out the possible first down. Buchanan, the freshman fullback, carried. And they're going to bring out the chain and measure.
And we have timeout for a measurement.
It's a little short.
Chain gang comes out. 1 minute, 38 seconds left to play in the first half. Likes that much. It's short. So it's fourth down. And the ball is at the 46-yard line. Fourth and about a yard to go.
We're going to go for it. Quarterback sneak would get it easy.
Montana likes to run that. He runs the sneak. Penalty marker. He got the first down, but there may be a 5-yard penalty involved.
Montana on the keep, and flags are down on the play.
Well, defensive, if you don't put a man hit up that center, you're using 2 defensive tackles off the guards. All he has to do is go forward. You could pick up a foot or 2 foot. There's the movement up front. That was Robert Oglesby, who usually plays the nose guard position. He's in the gap. He's offsides.
Cost him 5 yards. Makes it first down for Notre Dame at the Houston 49-yard line. 1 minute, 19 seconds left in the half as Chris Haynes comes in the ball game. Evans is going off. There goes Maztak off the field. Now he comes back into the huddle, and there goes Grindinger off. Chris Haynes wide to the left side. Montana intercepted at the 45-yard line and returned by Bradham. Steve Bradham intercepted it.
Flags down.
Interception by Bradham, and a flag on the
Bradham's been all over the field here in the first half, probably holding against Notre Dame.
That would seem to be the indication that it is. Holding against Notre Dame declined because Houston wants the ball and the Cougars get it. First and 10, they get it at their own 44 on the interception by Bradham.
That was a poor pass, end over end by Joe Montana. And of course, the weather's really affected his throwing. They thought they'd be able to exploit Houston's secondary, Lindsay. They were rated the last in the conference pass defense. But so far, Montana's had problems.
Of course, they explained that record on pass defense by saying that their defense closed off the running attack of the opposition, and if they gained, they had to gain in the air. They tried the throw here to Love. Randy Love across the 50. And he is at the 45-yard line of Notre Dame. Tom Gibbons upset him there.
Great move here. Just a little draw. Randy Love just picks up the first down on his own. He breaks a tackle here. Going forward, he got the extra yard, first down.
Inside the 46-yard line of Notre Dame. Clock is running, and we have 50 seconds remaining to be played. Keep in mind that during the halftime intermission, you'll see the Notre Dame band and the Houston band and the Kilgore Rangerettes, among other things. There's an incompletion. Danny Davis popping it on the ground out there. John Hankard pressuring him. It's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Danny Davis's pass intended for Miller. Calhoun applying pressure to the quarterback on the play. Will be 2nd down 10.
Danny Davis said that he used to sell peanuts, popcorn, and whatnot in the stands as a youngster. His appearance record after he started playing football in this stadium is 8-0. King, and he gets inside the 40-yard line. Jay Case.
Well, that's the play that's given Notre Dame's defense the most problems. Just a straight-ahead handoff.
There's a timeout, Houston. Houston stops the clock. You see in set. 33 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. And Houston is leading by a score of 17-12 as Danny Davis comes over for a talk with Bill Yeoman.
Davis passing today is 1 out of 5 for 15 yards, but that was the big pass completion, 15 yards for the touchdown.
This is unofficial at this point. Houston now using their final timeout of this half.
King has carried 10 ties for 72 yards. Love has carried 13 ties for 59 yards for Houston.
Great running backs. The first time in Southwest Conference history that two backs on the same team went over 1,000 yards.
For many years in the geographical part of the country, the Houston Cougars were sort of orphans. They were in several conferences. They were independents, struggling all the while to be admitted to the Southwest Conference. Finally were admitted and were eligible for the first time in 1976. And now, in their first 3 years of eligibility, they have played in the Cotton Bowl twice, which is not all that bad. Third down and 2 yards to go with the ball on the 37-yard line. Davis has got it. Got the first down.
That'll stop the clock. That'll stop the clock till they get the chains inside.
First down, 10 yards to go. They are up there and ready to go at the 33-yard line. Clock is running with 20 seconds left in the half. Well, he throws that one away to stop the clock. And it stops it with 16 seconds remaining in the half, and it'll be second down and 10 yards to go. Houston at the Notre Dame 33-yard line.
Second down 10. Your attention, please. Winston Williams.
Andy Davis looking over to the sideline, and here comes Hubert Miller in with the play for him. He's the messenger tight end. Willis Adams is out into a wide left. Eric Herring's in a wide right. Herring at the 21-yard line. Pulled him out of bounds at the 17. Stops the clock with 9 seconds remaining. Dave Waymer on the tackle, along with Browner.
That'll bring the field goal unit on. 17-yard pickup. And Davis, the good release that time, Lindsey, right on target on the sideline, picked up 16 yards and definitely has them for Kenny Hatfield field goal attempt.
34-yard attempt. Wyatt puts it down. Hatfield's kick is up, and the 34-yarder is good.
It skimmed the bar.
It just got over, but it made it. 3 seconds on the clock. A 34-yard field goal is good, and Houston leads now by a score of 20-12. So the Houston Cougars get 3 more on the scoreboard before the halftime intermission. Getting that one off with 3 seconds remaining to be played in the first half.
Well, the first quarter was Notre Dame. They had the win. The second quarter, Houston had just swamped Notre Dame, both offensively and defensively. I would imagine that Dan Devine, well, he's got a right to really chew out this football team at halftime, Lindsey. They look a little lackadaisical, and they do not look good at all.
Dan Devine. Along the sideline there. He was born in Wisconsin, went to high school in Proctor, Minnesota, to college at the University of Minnesota, Duluth, got his master's degree while an assistant coach at Michigan State. He was head coach at Arizona State, at Missouri, head coach of the Green Bay Packers. This is his 4th year at Notre Dame, Dan Devine. Hatfield will kick it off. Stone and Harrison along the 15-yard line. Since he's got it placed squarely flat down on the tee again to kick a line drive, and it's taken at the 29-yard line. And it is returned across the 40-yard line.
Pete Buchanan.
Buchanan returning, and time runs out as he returns it to the 46-yard line. Time has run out in the half, and Houston is leading at the halftime intermission by a score of 20-12 over Notre Dame. A victory for Houston over Notre Dame would be of considerable importance to them. For years, Houston struggled as an independent trying to get name teams on their schedule. And a victory over Notre Dame would be a considerable feather in their cap. Let's go down now to Frank Lieber.
Bill Yeoman is here with me, and you guys are playing like it's 75 degrees.
Well, no, it's not 75 degrees. The kids have come back after those first 2 mistakes there early and have played pretty well. I'll tell you what, though, that gum Notre Dame now, they've dropped some passes and things like that. I'll tell you, they're playing real tough. We better be ready for a full football game.
But you haven't lost your cool at all after that 12 points against you.
How can you lose your cool on a day like this, for crying out loud? No, there's no sense in getting stirred up. Heck, you're going to play as well as you can play, and if it doesn't work out, that's the way it goes.
The wind, obviously, is a big factor, though you did score once against it.
Yeah, wind's getting to be a little bit of a problem. And I got a sneaking suspicion it may cool off here and really get bad.
Montana, a little trouble throwing the ball. You're defensing him that well, or is the wind against him in that second
Well,
period?
no, I'll tell you, I think Joe's throwing the ball pretty doggone well. We got into one and maybe two, but he's throwing the ball pretty well. I think our linebackers are playing better. I think our secondary is playing better. I'll tell you, we lost our concentration late in the year in our linebacker and defensive end, and they're playing better right now.
You surprised you're running the ball as well as you are?
Oh, no, we run it all year, and we feel if we can execute, we can run the ball on down anybody. But you know, they may step it in our ear this next one.
Well, it was cold here a couple of years ago, but not quite like this, huh?
No, you're right. It's good and fresh.
Okay, thank you very much, Bill. Good luck to you in the second half. Bill Yeoman, the head coach of the Houston Cougars, here at halftime, where the Cougars lead Notre Dame by a score of 20-12. Back with halftime activities in just a moment.
Houston is leading by a score of 20-12. This is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. The lights have been on since before the opening kickoff. Waymer retreats. He will not run it out. Touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line as Notre Dame takes over in Notre Dame territory. And Joe Montana, the senior from Monongahela, Pennsylvania, comes out to run the attack for the Irish. He's got Vegas Ferguson in there, along with Jerome Evans at the running backs as we start the second half. Tim Cagle just came into that huddle. Tim Cagle is the quarterback. It's not Montana. It is the sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, Tim Cagle, who is starting at quarterback for Notre Dame here in the second half. That's a surprise. Gave it to Evans, and he was stacked up. Loss of a yard back to the 19-yard line, which will make it second down and 11 yards to go.
Tim Cagle was one of the most sought-after high school football players in the nation out of Cincinnati. Didn't see too much action this year. 4 out of 8 is his stats throwing the football. We're going to try to get a report on Montana. I don't think he was hurt.
There was no apparent injury to Montana, but it is a great surprise that Tim Cagle has come out here as the starting quarterback in the second half. Cagle with the pitch now to Vegas Ferguson, and Ferguson pulled down by the Cougar defense. It's a dogged defense, and it's at the 20-yard line. Grady Evansberger, the senior from Van Alstyne, made the tackle. Third down and 10 yards to go at the 20-yard line. Leonard Mitchell coming in defensively for Houston. Houlihan comes out to a wide left. Chris Haynes in a wide right for quarterback Tim Cagle.
It's a tough position, number one.
Let's see. Overthrows Haynes, incomplete. That'll bring on the punting unit for Notre Dame.
Well, we've got a report. Dan Devine, Montana is not hurt. He's just decided to go with Timmy Cagle.
It is surprising in that throughout his career, Joe Montana has been the come-from-behind quarterback for Notre Dame. He was the man who sparkled in the come-from-behind effort at Southern Cal. Bushka is in there to flanker. I beg your pardon, as his punter. Bushka is in there to do the punting. You'll recall that Restic was injured. So Bushka partially blocked. Up to the 33-yard line, there will be no run back, and it's rolling now across the 40 and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Houston with the ball in Notre Dame territory. Bushka the punter, as Joe Restic was injured in the first half.
They'll have the benefit of about a 20 to 25 mile an hour wind at Houston's back, blowing left or right on your screen. And they're thinking in the third quarter, Lindsey, they know they'll have to be facing the passing attack in the fourth quarters to put a couple touchdowns on the board, because Notre Dame has not been able to move, especially against the wind.
Danny Davis brings him up with Randy Love and Emmett King at the running backs for Houston. This is Emmett King, and he gets it inside the 40 and near the 37-yard line. A gain of about 4. Steve Heimkreider made the tackle. It'll be second down and 6 yards to go. We are in the third quarter here at the Cotton Bowl. The sun is trying to break through the overcast overhead. Davis keeps the ball. Gets it to the 35-yard line. Pete Johnson, middle linebacker, made the tackle. Golick was injured, you'll recall, in the first half. It is third down and 4 yards to go at the 35.
play. Alabama 7, Penn State 7.
13 minutes, 13 seconds left to play here in the third quarter.
Thomas, please go to game 2.
Willis Adams out to a wide left and Eric Herring to a wide right. Geritis is the tight end to the left side. Love. And he got very little. Steve Heimkreider was there. Jeff Weston made the tackle. Warm-up action along the Notre Dame sideline.
That's Tim Cagle trying to straight warm with that warm-up jacket on, loosening up his right arm.
Jay Wyatt comes in to do the punting now. Gibbons has dropped back along with Weimer, standing along the 10-yard line for Notre Dame. Tom Gibbons. And short, and there he comes. Wyatt off the side of his foot, aiming it down the sideline, and he gets a good roll, and it goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line. So Wyatt rolled it out at the Notre Dame 7, where the Irish will start first and 10, with Houston leading by a score of 20-10 here at the 43rd Annual Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas.
We're behind the Notre Dame bench. Joe Montana did not come out for the second half. The team physician has just told me he has the chills. His body temperature is below normal. They're giving him warm fluids, and he may be back before the end of the game. He said it's kind of like the start of the flu. So that's the story on Joe Montana, Lindsey.
All right, Frank, that's the explanation of why Tim Cagle is quarterbacking the Irish. They held the ball first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Is in the play, first down 10.
Motion across. That's Houlihan. Vegas Ferguson. But David Hodge, the great linebacker for Houston, is there to close him off.
Houston's defense is just eating Notre Dame alive up front. They're just shutting down all the running attack and then forces Notre Dame into third and long or second and long. And this is a very tough position for Timmy Cagle. First of all, he's throwing against a 25-mile-an-hour wind. Hasn't seen too much action.
Second and 9 at the 8-yard line. Ferguson's carried 9 times for 17 yards. And again, the Houston defense is right there. Evans carried and Hodge again made the tackle.
They must be hoping, Lindsey, that they can just play Houston to a standstill in the third quarter and just wait for the win. But that's bad philosophy.
Third down and 8 yards to go at the 9-yard line.
They're going to have to throw more on first and second down, Lindsey. They're running the ball. They get 3 or 4 yards. They're forcing the third and long.
The running back split on third down. Evans carried. Got about a foot or so, and the punting unit's coming on for Notre Dame. It was Alton Harvey there on the tackle. He's from Grapeland, Texas. So Bushka again comes in to do the kicking. Dick Bushka. Lonnell Fee has dropped back to field it for Houston. Kicking into the wind, Fee takes it at the Notre Dame 40 and gets to the Notre Dame 38-yard line where the Cougars will start first and 10. Jay Case made the tackle. So the Cougars get it again. That was a 32-yard punt by Dick Bushka. Houston is leading 20-12. First down and 10 yards to go now for Houston. They held the ball at the Notre Dame 38-yard line. We have 10 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the third quarter, and Houston's leading by a score of 20-12. This is artificial turf here at the Cotton Bowl, and this time next year they will have new artificial turf and a new press box installed here at the Cotton Bowl. Adams is far to the left side. Davis with a pitch. King is coming back, drops the ball. King simply takes it on a dribble and is down at the 48-yard line for a loss of 10. As Dave Weimer made the stop, it'll be second and 20 back at the 48. Just keep it bouncing in front of you and you're all right.
Very lucky bounce that time. Came right back up into his hands.
This Cotton Bowl game was a sellout, but as you see when our camera swings by the stands, a great many people, thousands of them, elected to stay in the warmth of their living rooms and watch the Cotton Bowl game on television rather than come out and watch this game in conditions that have been less than ideal. That's Love carrying, and he gets to the 45-yard line before Jay Case makes the tackle. Gain of 3 to make it 3rd and 17.
Carries to the 45-yard line.
At game time, the wind chill factor was sub-zero. Temperature was around 17 degrees Fahrenheit, but there was about a 25-mile-an-hour wind blowing also. And as Bill Yeoman pointed out, it hasn't gotten any warmer during the course of the afternoon. Completed pass to the 25-yard line, taken there by Willis Adams, and it's a 1st and 10 at the 25. Randy Harrison made the tackle.
Adams, who caught a first-half touchdown pass from Danny Davis. Davis back, his 3rd completion of the afternoon. He really guns it. 20-yard pickup right over the middle. He's wide open in the Notre Dame zone. Randy Harrison on the stop.
So the Houston Cougars are leading 20-12. There's Willis Adams, 6'2", 189-pounder, fine pass receiver.
Average per catch is over 18 yards.
Davis has it, and he pumps it complete to Eric Herring. Herring's first catch of the day. Jay Case made the tackle. It's just outside the 15-yard line.
The tackle made by Case.
It'll be 2nd down and about a yard to go, spotted inside the 16.
Clay Husker. Go to gate 2.
The Houston Cougars leading and driving. They send Adams to the left side, Herring to the right side, Love's in the right set, King's in the left set for Danny Davis. That's King. Emmett King drives to the 13. It's a 1st and 10. Jay Case made the tackle for Notre Dame, along with Steve Heimkreider.
Completely in control.
Now here comes Hubert Miller in with the next play.
Davis starting to mix it up a little bit more, Lindsey, here in the 2nd half, throwing the football a couple of times, completing both these attempts.
Emmett King popped as he got across the 15 by Joe Gramke.
One thing DeVere does now, Danny Davis, as he handed off to Emmett King, you saw the Notre Dame defense collapse. And he might be just licking his chops because of that, Lindsey. Next time, he's just going to fake it to King, and they're going to get outside with some running room.
2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line. And they send Adams to the left side and Herring right. Now, Davis keeps. Davis is at the 5, and he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Great balance.
Jim Browner bounced him out.
There's a missed tackle back here, but it's the quick feet of Danny Davis. Here he is, fakes it inside. You see they tackled the handoff man. Now Davis does the rest on his own. He broke a tackle from Heimkreider and Randy Harrison. Got it inside the 3.
1st down and goal to go at the 2-yard line now for the Houston Cougars. 6 minutes, 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Herring's going wide to the left side. Davis, touchdown. Danny Davis accompanied himself. Bring it in for the touchdown for the Houston Cougars.
Well, they've got Notre Dame's defense just guessing now. You really better not guess against Severe or you're going to really get hurt. This time he fakes it and ducks back inside the handoff spot easily for the score.
So it's now 26-12. Danny Davis there, the quarterback, and a good one. Conversion attempt is coming, and Hatfield is coming in to do the booting. Jay Wyatt will hold for him. Conversion attempt is good. And as they come back up the field, the score is Houston 27, Notre Dame 12, 6 minutes, 29 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Well, the cold is not bothering that particular section.
Call me Ray. That's the gentleman I think that performs in all the Dallas Cowboy games.
And the ball is teed up at the 40-yard line for Hatfield to kick it off. He's got Stone back there with Waymer to receive it for Notre Dame. Spiraled over to Waymer's side of the field. He's got it at the goal line 5. Waymer to the 10, turns it on to the 15, changes pace to the 20, and is stopped at the 22. So Notre Dame will get it 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. It was Barrett downfield for Houston to make the tackle. And Tim Cagle is coming out to run the attack. Joe Montana apparently has fallen victim to the elements in the first half. Reported during the halftime intermission by the team physician that he has chills, slight temperature, and so Montana has not come out, and Tim Cagle is running the attack 1st and 10 at the 22 for Notre Dame. And there's that Houston defense once again.
Got to start throwing the football, Lindsey, on 1st and 2nd down. This will not work.
In there to get to Vegas Ferguson, who's getting up a little slowly.
And if you don't think field position has helped Houston, they went 12 yards for a touchdown, 21 yards for a touchdown, 38 yards for a touchdown. They went 21 yards for a field goal and 39 yards for a field goal. So they started with field position inside the 40 every time they put points on the board.
Illegal motion against Notre Dame declined, 2nd and 13 at the 19-yard line. Tim Cagle. Incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 13 at the 19-yard line.
Will be 3rd down 12.
The incompletion stops the clock with 6:11 remaining in the 3rd quarter. There's Joe Montana now. Joe Montana warming up along the sidelines. Cagle. Going long to Mastak, and it is incomplete.
Yep, they threw it right into the coverage. Exactly what Houston wanted him to do. He was not only double covered, Lindsey, there were 4 red jerseys around Mastak.
Montana continues to throw. 4th down has come up, and the punter has come on now. Bushka standing at his own 5-yard line. Dick Bushka. Lonnell Fee is dropped back to field it for Houston. Ten men on the line of scrimmage for the Houston Cougars.
Oh,
and they block it.
Again.
They block it. Houston has the ball. And it's near the 20-yard line, inside the 20.
Great rush by the Houston Cougars here. They had 10 men rushing the kicker. They know he's kicking against the wind. Bushka gets it blocked. Number 34 of Houston, Mr. Harrison, one of the linebackers. So once again, Houston starts just with great field position inside Notre Dame's 20. Bobby Harrison blocked it.
1st and 10 for the Cougars at the Notre Dame 19-yard line. Houston leading by a score of 27-12 and in good field position here once again in the 3rd quarter. Davis has the ball. Keeps it. 15, 10. Continues to drive to the 7-yard line. Pete Johnson brought him down. 1st down and goal to go. Houston at the Notre Dame 7.
Now last year they controlled the wishbone offense. The great running of Earl Campbell, but they just haven't been able to even come close to the veer. Davis picks up 12 yards here. Got about 200 yards rushing now.
Gilbert Miller, number 82, brought in the next play. That's Love. Hits inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal there. Jay Case made the tackle. Case is from Cincinnati, Ohio. He's a senior. Jeff Weston, a senior from Rochester, New York. Also there, plays just alongside him.
Weston with the tackle. Ball resting down at the 5-yard line. 2nd down.
Now here comes Jurgaitis in with the next play. They alternate tight ends, bringing in plays from Coach Bill Yeoman. Herring's going wide to the left side. Regatas is the tight end right. Officials called timeout. They want another ball.
Yeah, Chuck Brown, the center, wanted an exchange of footballs.
Might have found some ice on that one, so they get another one in play. Again, it's Herring far to the left side. Second on goal to go. Houston at the Notre Dame 5-yard line. Davis has got it, and it's a touchdown. Davis took it in at the flag.
Houston's giving Notre Dame a lesson to the rear. Look at him, he's happy. Davis trying to go 9-0 in the Cotton Bowl as a quarterback. Beautiful fake inside. Now this is what I was talking about. When Notre Dame closes it up, the handoff, Davis is going to take it outside, and he goes in unmolested. That's his second touchdown of the day. He's also thrown for one touchdown.
So it's 33-12, and a conversion attempt coming. And again, it's Hatfield. Hatfield's conversion is good. And so as they come back up the field this time, the score is Houston 34 and Notre Dame 12. The Cougars are running it up.
They sure have, and the trouble that Notre Dame has had is they haven't made a first down here in the third quarter. Here's the look. Here's the fake to Randy Love inside. Now you see Case tackled him. That is not his problem. He must tackle the handoff man, but Danny Davis, somebody forgot to get him on the outside.
Keep in mind that the NBA is coming up on CBS. Sunday, January 14th, you'll see the New York Knicks against the Kansas City Kings.
And that'll be a great one. Marvin Webster, Bob McAdoo for the Knicks, Phil Ford, and Otis Birdsong for Kansas City.
Chicago Bulls against the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Los Angeles Lakers against the Seattle Supersonics.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Coach Lenny Wilkins of Seattle, they were off to a flying start.
The regional games, check your local listing for the game and time in your area. And keep in mind that on CBS you'll also see the NBA All-Star Game from the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan on February 4th. Kicking off is Hatfield. Waymer goes deep, goes out of the end zone. It's a touchback, first and 10 at the 20-yard line. So the Irish get it, but they get it deep in their own territory. Houston is leading by a score of 34-12. We have 4 minutes 40 seconds left in the third quarter. And Joe Montana comes in now at quarterback. Joe Montana making his first appearance of the second half. He quarterbacked throughout the entire first half, but during the intermission came up with chills and a slight fever, but he's back in there. Montana has the ball, guns it, and it is incomplete.
Almost pass interference there.
Chris Haynes.
Chris Haynes is really hot.
Haynes is hot. He thinks there was pass interference.
Montana on his first play back. Little play action. Trying to hit Haynes on a turn-in. A little too close coverage that time by number 10, Gerald Cook. He got away with it.
Second down and 10 yards to go. Chris Haynes this time takes it and goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
That's his first catch of the day.
It is. We were talking to Bill Yeoman in New York recently when he and Danny Davis came to New York in connection with the announcement that CBS and the Cotton Bowl have signed an agreement for future years. And Bill was saying that at the start of the season, he thought he had a very fine defense, and that actually in only 3 or 4 occasions had his defense lived up to his expectations. I think they have today.
I don't think he has to worry about that today.
Third down and 3 yards to go. Montana drops back over the middle and incomplete. Trying to get it to Jerome Evans.
Just a bad pass, or maybe Evans ran a wrong pattern. As you see Montana there talking to Evans, he was wide open on the little delay over the middle. Once again, Notre Dame has faced a punt. They got a new punter in there. Bushka, who kicked 3 times here in the third quarter, had one partially blocked for an average of 25 yards.
Lonnell Fee is deep for Houston. Joe Restic, of course, is normally the punter. He was injured in the first half.
Bushka's there.
Across the 50, gets a Notre Dame roll inside the 40. There will be no run back, and it is at the 37-yard line.
Ball rolls dead at the 37-yard line.
Now keep in mind that coming up on CBS is the NFC Championship. And that's next Sunday, January 7th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Both these teams, they figured to be there, Lindsey. The Dallas Cowboys, Roger Staubach will be back next week. Danny White, he did such an excellent job this week right here in Dallas. And then the Rams, and they looked super the other day against the Minnesota Vikings. What a matchup.
Pat Summerall and Tom Brookshire will be at the mic for the NFC Championship on CBS. 1st and 10 now for Houston at their 37. Danny Davis keeps the football. It gets away, but the whistle had blown. Joe Gramke was there on the tackle. It's going to be marked at the 39-yard line for a gain of 2, which will make it 2nd down and 8 yards to go for the Cougars.
Is this balance rushing, Lindsey? Davis, the quarterback, 60 yards on 14 carries. Love, 68 yards on 14 carries. And King, 61 yards on 15.
That's what they have, the balanced attack of the Houston Cougars. They're leading 34-12 over Notre Dame. Herring goes wide to the right side. Davis still has it. He's down at the 41-yard line. Mike Calhoun from Austintown, Ohio, made the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 6 at the 41. Heimkreider was also there. Heimkreider had a great year for Notre Dame. He's a senior linebacker from Cincinnati, Ohio. 3rd and 6. Houston at the 41. 2.5 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Herring out in the wide right. This is King, Emmett King, to the 44-yard line. There's Gramke, latched onto him there. A gain of 3 will make it 4th and 3. Pete Johnson also on the tackle, and the punting unit comes on.
Stop on the play is by Gramke.
The first time in the second half that Houston has had the ball in their own territory.
Jay Wyatt is coming to do the punting. You see Waymer dropping back for Notre Dame. Harrison is 10 yards upfield in tandem. High snap is pulled down. Waymer at the 13-yard line. Waymer to the 15. To the 20. Up the sideline. And out of bounds. It's going to be marked inside the 30-yard line. Chuck Brown forced him out. That was a punt of 44 yards. 1st down and 10 yards to go, Notre Dame, short of the Notre Dame 29. One minute, 41 seconds left in the 3rd quarter as Joe Montana sprints onto the field to run the attack. Houlihan out in the wide left. Chris Haynes in the wide right. As Evans with one in room and across the 40 to the 45 and across the 50 and on into Houston territory. Jerome Evans at the 47-yard line is dropped by Kenny Hatfield.
This is the first down of the second half for Notre Dame, just right up the middle, trap blocking. Jerome Evans goes for 26. Got into secondary. And it got into Houston territory. Been a long time since that happened, maybe since the 1st quarter.
Evans now has gone off the field. Buchanan has replaced him at fullback. Montana rolls and keeps. Saw some daylight and wanted to go, but could not quite get through. He was pulled down after a gain of 2 by Theodis Williams. 2nd down and 8 yards to go for Notre Dame. We have less than a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. As you see, Shasta. Evans has carried 14 times for 70 yards here this afternoon. Chris Haynes to the right side, Pete Houlihan to the left side. Short drop. Montana now going to Chris Haynes, and it is intercepted at the 12-yard line. It is Cook, I think.
That's the 3rd interception today for Joe Montana. Elvis Bradley, a junior from Longview, Texas. You see Montana a little trouble. He went to his right. End over end, right in the arms of Elvis Bradley, intended for Chris Haynes.
Well, it's spotted just outside the 11 on Bradley's interception, and it's 1st and 10 for Houston with 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. There's Elvis Bradley. That's the only way to keep warm on an afternoon like this. Love at the 12-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Heimkreider and Weston made the tackle. Clock is running. It's wound down to 14 seconds remaining to be played in the quarter. And now down to 8 seconds remaining to be played in this period as Hubert Miller brings in the next play. They will not get off another play. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's that. That's the end of the third quarter with the score, Houston 34, Notre Dame 12. We now pause for a word from your local station. This is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. 1 quarter to go, and Houston is leading Notre Dame by a score of 34-12. Houston has the ball, 2nd down, 9 yards to go. They have it at their own 12-yard line. Danny Davis has quarterbacked the Cougars throughout. He's been over in conference with his head coach Bill Yeoman, and he's joining the huddle just there. Willis Adams out to a wide left. Danny Davis keeps it and slips on the cut. Pete Johnson was there. He wanted to fall off inside, but footing is a little wary this afternoon. Gain of a yard on the play will make it 3rd down and 8 at the 13. The director of athletics at Notre Dame, of course, is Ed Moose Krause, and the director of athletics at Houston is Harry Falk. He's the only director of athletics they've had. 3rd and 8 at the 13. Over and back, no contact. Danny Davis back to the 12 as Mike Calhoun is hanging on to him. It'll be 3rd down and 9 at the 12-yard line. Jay Case also on the tackle. So it's a punting circumstance here. Jay Wyatt comes in to do the punting.
Now let's see what Mr. Wyatt can do against the wind. Notre Dame
Weimer
probably go after the kicker.
Fair catch signal goes up, and the fair catch is made by Harrison at the 38-yard line. So Notre Dame starts 1st and 10 at the Houston 38. A 26-yard punt into the wind. So it is 34-12, and Notre Dame has the ball. Notre Dame 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Montana turns and throws back, and it's incomplete. Haynes, the intended receiver. Gerald Cook covering on the corner. 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line as you look at Montana.
Well, he was wide open, Lindsey, but Jose Taylor, number 90, a sophomore from Longview, as our cohort at CBS, George Allen says, a delivery sack.
Yes. Pete Pallas comes in at fullback. Vegas Ferguson's the tailback. Montana. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Maztak, but not very close. 3rd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He'd like to slow up on that little rollout to his left and have time enough to plant his feet, Lindsey, to throw the football. There's his stats on the day, 7 out of 21 for 78. But the pressure defense making Joe throw the ball a little bit too quick.
Jerome Heavens back in at fullback on a 3rd and 10. Running backs are split for Montana. Intercepted at the 25-yard line. And returned to the 34.
David Hodge, number 42, one of the co-captains.
Great linebacker, picked it off.
He's going to be back next year, Lindsey. There you see David Hodge right there to the right of your screen. Montana drops back, trying to hit a turn-in pattern, and look at this interception. One-handed interception by David Hodge. Houston's ball.
It has been a cold and frustrating afternoon for head coach Dan Devine of the Fighting Irish. Love carrying, and he got it up to the 40-yard line as Jeff Weston came in to make the tackle, along with Mike Calhoun on the tackle.
That's quite a story right there. Turnovers, Notre Dame 6, Houston 3. And Houston has taken advantage of almost every one.
Second down, 4 yards to go for the Cougars, who have dominated play in this Cotton Bowl game since the first quarter when Notre Dame took an early lead. King carried and was trying to get to the sticks, and it's very close. Jeff Weston on the tackle, along with Pete Johnson. As they spotted, it looks just inches short. And the punting unit comes in, Jay Wyatt. On a 4th and inches, Wyatt is in deep punt formation. Into the wind, and it's held up, but it gets a Houston roll across the 35, and it goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. For Notre Dame, they have the ball at their own 33. 23-yard punt. On Saturday, January 6th, for 3.5 hours, the new-look CBS Sports Spectacular premieres with the East-West Shrine football game.
And then it's a fight of the week with Roberto Duran and Monroe Brooks.
That's highlights of that fight and the Hollywood Stunt Competition, plus
the NFL Cheerleader Classic. How do they judge that?
I don't know.
Well, there'll be some pretty ladies there.
That's January 6th, the premiere of the action-packed new-look CBS Sports Spectacular. Don't miss it. Stacked up at the 34-yard line. Evans carried the ball, and he got about a yard on the play, so it'll be 2nd down. And 9 yards to go. Oglesby and David Hodge made the tackle. And Deeney is in there, a wide receiver. You saw Pete Pallis just come into that huddle. Earl Evans is going off. And Deeney in a wide left. Montana pumps and rolls. And throws incomplete.
Yeah, you throw it that hard on a day like this, it's so cold.
Ferguson.
It's very tough to hold on to the football. Look at him holding his right hand. His hands are, I'll guarantee you right now, frozen.
It'll be 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Notre Dame's ball at their 34, and there goes Vegas Ferguson off the field. Evans has come back in. Evans has carried the ball more times than any man in Notre Dame history in his career. Montana back. And that was incomplete. He gunned that one to his tight end, Mastak.
Flags down at the line of scrimmage.
Holding is indicated against Notre Dame.
I know Joe wants to fire it, Lindsey, but on a day like this, if he does have a receiver open, you should take something off of the football. Just make sure of the completion first, rather than trying to fire it to the open man, because it's just that much more difficult to catch the football.
They have declined the holding penalty to bring up 4th down, and that brings the Notre Dame punting unit onto the field. Pushka is coming in to do the punting. Donnie Love is dropped back with Linnell Fee to field the punt. They are in tandem. Houston is leading by a score of 34-12. Bushka bobbled in a moment, but regained control. Fair catch signal at the 21, taken there by Fee. It's 1st and 10 Houston at the Cougar 21-yard line. 45-yard punt. So we have 10 minutes, 48 seconds left to play in the game. Houston 34, Notre Dame 12. On a day like this, that is not a bad idea. First down and 10 yards to go for Houston. They have the ball on their own 21-yard line. Danny Davis still in there at quarterback. Rolls to the weak side and guns it incomplete. Intended for Willis Adams. It's be 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line, and Randy Harrison was covering defensively. Joe Rustick was injured in the first half. Normally Rustick plays that free safety, and it's now being played by Randy Harrison. Here comes Hubert Miller into the huddle with the next play from the Houston sideline. Adams in a wide left. King there, and Heimkreider was there with Gramke.
The handoff was to Key.
Gain of about a yard will make it 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Houston leading 34-12, and a victory in the Cotton Bowl over Notre Dame would be indeed a big one for the Cougars. They had a struggle, as we intimated once before, to get into the Southwest Conference, to get proper recognition. They used to try to get teams of national reputation on their schedule to get some attention to their football program. Well, they're getting a lot of it today. It's incomplete. Herring is holding it up, but the official over there said, no, he trapped it.
I think he caught it.
He may not know, being unable to feel it with the fingertips.
This is Eric Herring, the flanker. Roll out left, he comes back to the weak side. Herring is all alone down the right sideline. Well, I don't know. That's very, very close. It looked as if he got it to me.
Well, he's not going to argue the point. The punting unit is in with Jay Wyatt. Deep punt formation, and he bobbles it, picks it up, kicks it up into the air, partially blocked. Gets to the 22-yard line and is taken there. And so it will be Notre Dame's ball. There's a penalty marker. There's a penalty marker thrown out of bounds. That was Belden who took it. Well, the spot is being marked near the 20-yard line, and then we have a penalty to be considered.
I think it was Albert Newhouse, a cornerback for Houston. Let's check it out. That's it, Albert Newhouse, number 37, tackling out of bounds. Personal foul.
So that one will be enforced now by Pete Williams, the referee, and it will go half the distance down to the 10-yard line. The Notre Dame offense has been able to generate only 34 yards in the second half. It's at the 11-yard line. Well, tonight, the coach faces a star player been on dropping out of school on the White Shadow on CBS.
Then BJ plays Papa to a Korean family en masse. What a show that
Then there's One Day at a Time in Lou Grant. That's tonight's lineup on CBS. First down and 10 yards to go. The ball is on the 11-yard line of Houston in Notre Dame possession. Houston is leading by a score at 34-12. We have 9 minutes, 51 seconds left to play in this game. Notre Dame is reconvening the huddle, and over there they're trying to find a little heat. Motion across. Vegas Ferguson. Just inside the 10-yard line, and he's stopped by Bradham. Gain of a couple of yards will make it 2nd and 8 at the 9.
Put it up.
Here comes Pete Buchanan in there at fullback. Vegas Ferguson goes off, and they move Evans to tailback. Montana rolling. Rendinger incomplete in the end zone.
Well, tight ends have had trouble all day long. He slipped down there, or he could have caught that pass for the touch.
That will make it a 3rd and 8 at the 9-yard line. All bundled up.
This is Dallas, Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas on New Year's Day.
I don't believe it.
There's little doubt that this is the coldest of all the Cotton Bowl games, which began in 1937. Third down and 8. The ball is just inside the 10-yard line, outside the 9. Montana short drop and rolls now. Stops and throws back. Incomplete. Fourth down coming. A whole flock of red shirts there.
That was intended for number 25, Tommy Ebner, but he dropped it. It looked as if it was intended for the safety man, I'm sure.
Montana there now on fourth down. They go for it here with 9:7 remaining, and Houston leading 34-12. Little doubt of that. Palace is coming in with the next play. Buchanan goes off. Ball is on the 10-yard line. Contact made on the line of scrimmage, and markers are thrown.
Losing all their concentration now, Lindsey. Jim Haltman jumps off sides, left guard position. Montana hasn't completed a pass in his last 9 attempts.
Procedure penalty against Notre Dame will cost them 5.
Well, they've got to throw it in the end zone.
It'll be 4th and 14 at the 15. Here comes Buchanan back in for Palace. Chris Haynes in a wide left. Pete Houlihan in a wide right for Joe Montana. Montana. Look for Haynes. He's covered, and he gets rid of it just barely.
As Leonard Mitchell, number 70, the gentleman I was talking about in the first half, who plays basketball also for Houston. What an athlete. And he's quick, Lindsey.
So the ball goes over on downs. But there's a penalty marker to be checked out. Hold it. Downfield penalty marker. It's being reported now to the referee. Personal foul against Notre Dame.
A personal foul has been called against Notre Dame. This is a dead ball penalty. A 15-yard penalty will be assessed.
15 yards is marked off against the Irish, putting the ball out there at the 29-yard line. Dead ball foul.
Notre Dame gives it up.
They give it up on the dead ball foul. It is 1st and 10. Tomorrow night on CBS, The Incredible Journey and Dr. Meg Laurel. That was Delrick Brown in there at quarterback, throwing over to the sideline to Willis Adams. Incomplete.
Pass from Delrick Brown.
So Danny Davis is out of the ball game, and the backup quarterback Delrick Brown is in there. Tomorrow night, Lindsay Wagner stars in a 3-hour epic of courage and love, The Incredible Journey of Dr. Meg Laurel, the story of a beautiful young doctor who battles backwoods superstition to bring hope and comfort to a poverty-stricken land.
A great cast. Miss Jane Wyman, Andrew Duggan, and Gary Lockwood also star.
As a late pitch, taken by Emmett King. Bobby Leopold was there on the tackle at the 35-yard line.
There he is. Always one of them, right? He's got some antifreeze in him.
Yeah, he's not running on regular. It's 3rd down and 5 at the 35-yard line. Brown runs the option. And there's a pitch to Love. Love is taken down at the 33-yard line. Jim Browner on the tackle. That'll bring up a 4th for Houston.
Emmett King has 76 yards and Love 71. And they've been content here now for the past 10 or 12 minutes just to sit on the lead.
They're leading 34-12. And Jay White is trying to keep his hands warm as he backs up there in deep punt formation to prepare to receive the snap. Waymer has dropped back deep for Notre Dame.
Blocked
Well, that
again.
one is blocked. And Notre Dame gets the football. That ball can be advanced, and it's being advanced right into the end zone, and it is taken in there for a touchdown. It was Seachy, Steve Seachy.
Steve Seachy,
Fargo.
you can advance a block punt if it's caught in the air. So Notre Dame has its first touchdown since the first quarter. Here's the punt block right here. Watch Steve Seachy, comes up, catches it on the fly, and then breaks loose out of a few tackles and goes in for the first touchdown since the first quarter for Notre Dame.
Conversion attempt coming now for the Irish. 7 minutes, 25 seconds remaining to be played in this ball game. They're going to go for 2. Right now it's 34-18 with the conversion attempt coming, and rolling is Montana, and he throws, and it is gathered in for 2 points. Taken in the end zone for 2 points by Vegas Ferguson. And so the score is Houston 34, Notre Dame 20. Steve Seachy, who ran the block punt in for the touchdown for Notre Dame, a freshman from Fargo, will kick off, and dropping back Eddie Wright and Linnell Fee to receive it for Houston. Fee at the 11-yard line to the 15, Fee to the 20, and he is stopped at the 24-yard line, where Houston gets the ball first down, 10 yards to go at their own 24.
Lindsay, we want to give credit to Tony Belden, the freshman for Notre Dame, who blocked the punt.
All right, we have 7 minutes, 18 seconds left to play in the game, and the quarterback coming in is Delrick Brown. He's a junior from Lufkin, Texas, 5'11", 160-pounder.
Yep. 2 series ago, if Notre Dame could have put some points on the board, this might have turned into an interesting last 5 or 6 minutes. They had it first 10 on the 11-yard line.
Brown still has it at the 30-yard line. Hamkrider hanging on to him.
Delrick Brown on the team to the 30-yard line.
He's second down and 4 yards to go.
Notre Dame desperately trying to tackle the football now.
And this is an official's timeout for the injury. A Houston injury.
Chuck Brown is the Houston player, the attendant.
It's Chuck Brown, the center, who is down.
You know, we've had 5 block punts today. 3 actual block punts and 2 partial blocks. Chuck Brown, who's really done a fine job, one of the captains there, a senior, Missouri City, Texas, really done a fine job for Houston.
Holding his arm immobile as he comes off the field. Chuck Brown there. It is 2nd and 4 for Houston. They have the ball at the 30.
Did you guess that he's a weightlifter?
That's Love, Gary, and he gets it to the 33-yard line. Mike Calhoun made the tackle. It's a little short of first down yardage. It'll be 3rd and about 1. Heimkreider was there also.
Stop on the play made by Calhoun.
About 2 yards to go. 3rd and about 2 as they spot it.
3-yard line.
Delrick Brown brings the Cougars up. King.
A little short.
He is a little short. It'll be 4th down, about a yard to go.
Stop on the play made by Randy.
Here's a final score. Alabama has defeated Penn State by a final score of 14-7. Punting in, it's coming on, and Jay Wyatt will do the kicking. That's Waymer dropping back for Notre Dame.
Is the lead man for Notre Dame.
Well, that's some kind of snap. He got it off. Hits at the 45. Rolls inside the 40-yard line. Call it 39, 1st and 10. A 26-yard punt.
From that point, 1st Now 10, Notre Dame.
So Notre Dame gets it in their own territory.
A final score at Old South
The
Carolina.
final we just gave you is being announced on the public address system to the fans here at the Cotton Bowl now. The Alabama victory over Penn State. Penn State, of course, went undefeated during the regular season. Alabama lost one game. They lost that one to Southern Cal. 5 minutes, 37 seconds left to play here. Montana on the money this time, completes it. Inside the 45-yard line to Dean Maztak, the freshman tight end. First down and 10 yards to go. Elvis Bradley made the tackle.
16-yard pickup. Notre Dame trying desperately to get one, go for two, and come back with the onside kick. Dean Mastic, the big freshman, 6'4", 230.
It's Jerome Evans moving over into a left set. Montana going to Evans. He's got it. Evans is out of bounds at the 14-yard line, where it's another 1st and 10 for Notre Dame.
Now Montana's getting hot. He's called the comeback kid. He's done this before down the sidelines. Jerome Evans makes a good over-the-shoulder catch, and he's out of bounds. 30-yard pickup on the pass.
Notre Dame 1st and 10. Houston's leading 34-20 in this game. Montana throws on the run, incomplete, trying to get it to Houlihan. There's a penalty marker thrown at the 2-yard line.
Montana rolling out right, trying to get it to Houlihan on the square out pattern, Lindsey. It was Gerald Cook, number 10. Right here, Cook comes over the body.
Interference call makes it 1st down and goal to go. Notre Dame at the 2-yard line.
Well, they get it for a touchdown. It's thinking back again, reiterating that thought that Notre Dame had it at the football 1st and 10 on about the 11-yard line. They didn't get a point.
They spotted on the 3-yard line. Tail back, and he's stacked up about the 2. Where it'll be 2nd down and goal to go. Vegas Ferguson carried Kenny Hatfield, and Sam Proctor came to make the stop. Dan Devine walked across the way.
Now they should get in and out of the huddle as quickly as possible, Lindsey. This is what sometimes befuddles me about football teams. They take almost 20 or 30 seconds. You should call your play and get up to the line of scrimmage as quickly as possible.
Goal to go. Evans stopped outside the 1 by David Hodge, the linebacker. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go.
Notre Dame wants timeout.
They do. Notre Dame wants to talk it over. So they stop the clock with 4 minutes, 22 seconds left to play in the game. And Houston is leading by a score of 34-20 when play is resumed. Notre Dame has the ball 3rd down and goal to go outside the 1-yard line. That's Joe Montana bringing the Irish up 3rd down and goal to go inside the 2-yard line of Houston. Montana's rolling. He's going to try to take it in, and he's got it. Touchdown, Montana. Notre Dame is on the board.
Joe's still down. He really had great determination, Lindsey, to get over the end zone. Montana on a rollout left. Option runner pass right here. You see the receivers trying to maneuver free in the end zone. Montana makes his mind up right here to get it into the end zone, and he does. So don't go away. This could be quite a finish.
34-26. There's Joe Montana. Notre Dame has just had a huddle along the sideline to determine what they're going to do now with the conversion attempt coming.
Well, they come back this far. They got to go for 2.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to go for 2. There's 8 points differential right now. Montana's the quarterback. Rolls, and he's going to try to get to the flag. Now throws, and it's good for 2 points. He hit Haynes. He found Chris Haynes, his favorite pass receiver, and gunned it right in there. So Notre Dame picked up 2 on the conversion. The score is Houston 34, Notre Dame 28. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to play. Ball, Steve Seachy seeing the ball up.
Well, Houston is up there expecting an onside kickoff, Lindsey, but there's plenty of time left, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And I think the best thing to do, if Cicci can get a hold of it, if he kicks it in the end zone, of course, he's not a long kicker. They missed Chuck Mayo in this position right here. There's plenty of time. I think the most important thing, since they've blocked the last 2 punts, is to keep Houston deep in their own territory.
Gonna let Belton hold it for him now. An indication, I should think, that he's going to try to get it far downfield. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to play. Houston's leading 34-28. That's a 6-point margin. And here comes Steve Cicci. And it is a touchback taken in the end zone by Eddie Wright. It'll be brought out and put in play by Houston. 1st and 10. They have the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Well, Houston sat on that lead. They built up a 34-12 lead, only to see the 4th quarter win make a difference. And Notre Dame with a few breaks, a couple block punts, and they're right back in it.
And here comes Danny Davis in there to run the attack. Delrick Brown had relieved Davis earlier, but now it's Davis back in action since the lead has shrunk to 6 points.
Now Houston must very definitely guard against a turnover, Lindsey. The first group is back in.
And as a pitch to Love at the 20, 25, penalty markers thrown. Randy Harrison made the tackle. But there's a marker to be checked out. And it is holding against Houston. There were some observers saying before this ball game that the Cotton Bowl should be one of the most exciting of all the ball games because there might be 50 points scored. There have been 62 points scored, and we may not be through yet. There's the penalty mark off now against the Houston Cougars.
And that tightens up things as far as Bill Yeomans is concerned. He had a first down. They got outside, only to be penalized half the distance to the goal line, holding.
First down, 18.
1st and 18 at the 12-yard line for the Cougars. Randy Davis brings them up. Goes to the right side. Davis gonna run it. Slips down. At the 18-yard line, he picked up 6. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
He also stayed in bounds, Lindsey. That clock, as you see in the inset, is still running.
Waymer and Pete Johnson were there. And the clock runs on with Houston leading 34-28.
Need a couple of first downs, and Houston will have won their 2nd Cotton Bowl in only 2 appearances. And Danny Davis had the controls of both wins, but Notre Dame here needs the football.
Davis going to a high count. Gives it to King. King struggles out to the 23-yard line where Steve Heimkreider and Mike Calhoun close him off. A gain of 5 yards will make it 3rd and 7. And here comes Hubert Miller in with the next play for the Cougars from Bill Yeoman. We have 2 minutes, 59 seconds left to play in this game. The Fighting Irish want the football. Houston wants to hold on to it, pick up the first down if they possibly can, and then run it out. They're leading by a score of 34-28. And Divine along the sideline. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Andy Davis. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Willis Adams. Dave Waymer covered, and that'll make it a 4th down.
Adams had it momentarily, but that young man, number 34, Dave Waymer, broke it up.
So now Houston has to give it up as the punting unit comes in.
They blocked the last 2 punts.
Jay Wyatt. Back there you saw Waymer deep for Notre Dame.
They'll try to block the punt, and if it's a high punt, if it gets it
Rolls
off.
it back. The center rolled it back. Ball hits up at the 40 to the 45. Takes a Houston bounce to the 50. Waymer dives on it at the 49-yard line of Houston. Notre Dame gets the ball in Houston territory. 1st and 10, a 28-yard punt.
Very touchy. Waymer falling on that football. If he didn't get it, it would have been ruled a fumble. 26-yard punt. Got a good roll.
So now Notre Dame trails by 6 points. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remain to be played in the game. The Irish with the ball 1st and 10 at the Houston 49-yard line.
Joe Montana was a sophomore. This happened 4 times. He brought Notre Dame's back.
Turnout, and it's complete to Haynes. Chris Haynes simply moves it to the 43-yard line. Picked up 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4. Tommy Ebner was there on the tackle for Houston. There's little doubt that the wind has been a big factor in this game. It has been the team that has had the wind to its advantage that has done best in this football game here this afternoon.
There's only been 1 touchdown scored against the wind, and that was because of a turnover in Notre Dame early in the first half.
2nd down and 4 yards to go. Montana, penalty marker is dropped at the line of scrimmage. Montana knocked off his feet at the 50-yard line, but there's a marker.
Good coverage that time by Houston. Everybody was covered. Montana had to eat the football.
Get a preliminary signal here. Illegal motion against Notre Dame. Decline. Loss of 7 on the play.
Got 2 downs to pick up 11 yards.
3rd and 11. Buchanan is brought in the next play. Montana brings them up. Montana. And it is complete. Taken by Houlihan.
And that's enough for the first down, Lindsey. Needed 11.
First down and 10 yards to go, and it is near the 36-yard line.
Nice concentration by the freshman, Pete Houlihan. 6'4", 215 pounds. It's going to be a great one before he's finished. A 14-yard pickup on the sideline pattern. Right there, Houlihan's got it, steps out of bounds to stop the clock.
Houlihan is a sophomore from Liverpool, New York. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Montana's going to run it. He's at the 30-yard line. Drops the ball. The scramble is on. And Houston got the ball.
Montana had the first down, Lindsey, trying to run the football. He got hit from the blind side. He hit his arm. He dropped the football. Let's take a look. Here it is. He wants to throw the football. Right up the middle is a gaping hole. Now watch, he's got the football in one hand and he gets hit there. He didn't get hit too hard, but on the right elbow, and he coughs up the football.
Tommy Ebner came out of the stack with the football when it was finally unstacked, and it is 1st and 10 now at the 20-yard line for Houston. 1 minute, 50 seconds left to play. The 7th turnover for Notre Dame, 4 interceptions and 3 fumbles. 1st and 10 for Houston. Well, they try Love, and he is stopped at the 18-yard line for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12 yards to go. Gramke, along with Pete Johnson, made the stop. Bob Golick was injured in the first half of this ball game, and now we get a timeout signal. And it is timeout Notre Dame to stop the clock with 1 minute, 38 seconds left to play in the game.
Almost a miracle comeback. Montana had the first down.
He had it, and that is Montana there being consoled by some of his teammates. He had run for enough yardage, but the ball was shaken loose. Houston recovered, and Houston leads 34-28 with 1 minute, 38 seconds left. Notre Dame has 1 timeout left. When play is resumed, they have it 2nd down. Houston does. 12 yards to go at their own 18. It's been a strange football game here in this Cotton Bowl, as Notre Dame dominated the first quarter of play, and then Houston came back and dominated the 2nd and 3rd quarters and part of the 4th, and then Notre Dame came with a flurry here in the 4th quarter.
Seemed as if whoever had the win, Lindsey, put points on the board.
That's exactly what they did. And the cold weather caused a number of turnovers, as it was impossible to handle the ball. The last 2 snaps from center back there in punt formation of Houston have been rather strange, but they managed to get them off. And now here comes Danny Davis. And that'll run the attack for the Cougars.
Reads in play, 2nd down, 12.
King tries it.
The handoff to King. He is dropped for a loss by Heimkreider and Case.
Heimkreider
A loss by
and Case there on the tackle. Spotted at the 16-yard line. Loss of 2 will make it 3rd down and 14.
And they'll have a chance to block the punt, Lindsey.
We want to thank the people from Notre Dame, President Theodore M. Hesberg, Executive Vice President Reverend Edmund P. Joyce, the Director of Athletics Moose Krause, the Sports Information Director Roger Valdesari, Head Coach Dan Devine and his staff. Rolling is Davis. Gets it out there to the 24-yard line. We have 45 seconds left to play in this game as Notre Dame calls another timeout. Heimkreider on the tackle. Notre Dame has stopped the clock. Let's go down now to Frank Lieber along the sideline.
Everybody here in the Houston bench is scared to death, as a matter of fact. Remembering what happened against Southern Cal, most people seem to think that the wind has certainly been the big factor this afternoon. The team that has had the wind has done well in each quarter that they have had it. Still not over, though.
All right, Frank, it's Jay White who will be going to deep punt formation. We want to thank the University of Houston, President Dr. Philip G. Hoffman, Chancellor Barry Munitz, Director of Athletics Harry Fowles, Sports Information Director Ted Nance, Head Coach Bill Yeoman and his staff. Our thanks to the Cotton Bowl Athletic Association, Chairman of the Board Buddy Dyke, President John P. Thompson, First Vice President John F. Scoville, Second Vice President J. L. Huffines, Executive Vice President Jim Brock, Administrative Assistant Susan Stokes, Director of Information Wilbur Evans, Director of Press Hospitality Arnold Hayes, Director of Pageantry Harry Barton. Our thanks to all for making our stay in Dallas, Texas at this Cotton Bowl game so very pleasant. Now, back in deep punt formation goes Jay Wyatt. Weimer is deep for Notre Dame, standing at the 50-yard line. 46 seconds left to play in the game. Houston's leading 34-28. The snap. Got it off under a heavy rush.
Notre Dame was offsides.
It is rolling along the 45-yard line of Houston. Penalty markers are down.
And the ball roasted at the 45-yard line. A flag is down on the play.
It will not be a first down. It was 4th down and 6.
It was 4th and 6. Offsides against Notre Dame.
Wow, quite a decision for Bill Yeomans here. Whether he wants to try another punt or whether...
Dan Devine peering onto the field.
The preliminary signal given was
Yeah, do you want
offsides
to
against Notre Dame.
make it 4th and 1 and punt it again with a 5-yard advantage, or do you want to let it stand up there at the 45-yard line?
Well, I don't know. Notre Dame is out of timeouts. Number 2 thought to take into consideration. They've already blocked 2 punts.
I think we ought to point out, we know that Bill's name is Yeoman. We know there's no S. We just try to give him a few extra letters from time
Right.
to time, do all we can for him.
He's a great man, a great sense of humor. And the kids love him.
One of the outstanding football coaches in this country, 17 years at the University of Houston. Well, they're going to mark off the penalty here now. And they're going to send Danny Davis back out there. It's going to be 4th down and about a foot to go, and they're going to go for it, I think.
They're afraid of getting the punt block or a bad snap from center.
35 seconds on the clock. 35 seconds. It is 4th down and about a foot to go. Houston has the ball at the 29-yard line. And they're going to go for it as Danny Davis comes out there. Houston is leading 34-28. 35 seconds left to play in the Cotton Bowl game.
I don't think he got it.
I don't think he did either. King took the handoff and hit in there. The Notre Dame players don't think he did, but they're not the officials, so they'll spot the ball and then take the look.
It's
Notre
short.
Dame takes the ball on downs. It's at the 29-yard line of Houston. So the Irish come up there. They have no timeouts remaining. They are up there ready to go as soon as the ball is marked ready for play, and then the clock will start. 28 seconds left to play in the game. Houston leading 34-28. That's a margin of 6 points. Montana. Well, he'll have to get it to the sidelines, and He goes across the sideline marker, but the spot is being marked up there at the 18. It is a first down for Notre Dame.
And that'll stop the clock, Lindsey. In college football, the clock does stop.
Right. 15 seconds. Notre Dame is ready to go first and 10 at the 18-yard line. Montana pops this one, and it's Chris Haynes. Shouldering inside the 10-yard line and down to the 8.
What a finish.
What a finish at the Cotton Bowl. The clock says 6 seconds left to play in the game. First down for Notre Dame and goal to go at the Houston 8-yard line.
This should be it, Lindsey. Time for one play, and if they're very lucky on a very quick release, they might get two, but I doubt it very much.
Houston called the timeout. Houston called the timeout, and now Montana goes over to talk to Dan Devine.
Well, he called the timeout. Haynes did get out of bounds and stop the clock anyway. Houston wanted to go over their defensive alignment here, and Montana, likewise, talking to Dan Devine over there. They've got time for one, and if they're lucky, two.
So it's all come down to this. The Houston Cougars 34, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame 28. 6 seconds left on the clock in this, the 43rd annual Cotton Bowl game in Dallas, Texas. Montana, who played the first half, then did not come out after the halftime intermission, and the report from the team physician was that he had become chilled and was running a slight temperature because of the weather conditions. Then came out to relieve Tim Cagle, who had relieved him, and Montana has sparked the surge of Notre Dame here in the closing moments. Houston, a stout defense during the season, and a stout defense at times here this afternoon. And they're trying to throw it up here now at a first and goal at the 8-yard line with 6 seconds left to play. Montana, incomplete.
3 seconds
to Haynes. 3 seconds, 2 seconds on the clock. 2 seconds left on the clock. Second and goal at the 8. Now Montana is looking over to the sideline to get his next play. Irv Johnson. Dan Devine over there.
Well, you couldn't want a better finish.
Could not possibly. 2 seconds left to play. Clock will start on the snap. Houston 34, Notre Dame 28. Montana going. And it's a touchdown.
Haynes.
A touchdown taken at the corner.
Unbelievable, unbelievable finish. Houston on top 34-12, and now it's all tied up 34 apiece. Was it in bounds or not? It was ruled a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Montana to Chris Haynes. Let's see if we can pick it up. Let's catch the camera angle here. The back goes out of the backfield. Montana on the sidelines, and from our vantage point, we can't tell where the feet. In college football, you only have to have 1 foot in.
Notre Dame has scored the touchdown.
Right here, Lindsey. There's a couple of Houston people just in the camera angle. Haynes caught the football, and here comes the all-important extra point.
It's tied 34-34. Joe Eunice in to attempt. It's up, and it's good. Joe Eunice from Dallas, Texas, kicked the extra point, and the game is over. Notre Dame has won it 35-34.
What a finish, Lindsey. I've never seen anything like it. Notre Dame completely dead, came back in the fourth quarter to win it by 1.
Notre Dame has won it 35-34 as Joe Eunice kicked the untying point. He is a native of Dallas, Texas. What a finish it was.
There's still controversy down there, Lindsey.
Well, there's controversy, but this 43rd annual Cotton Bowl is history. Offensive fireworks. Many had said this would be the game that would have the most exciting time of all, and it certainly was that. Although there still is confusion on the field. That is Dan Devine, the head coach of the Fighting Irish, but they have begun to scatter now. However, the teams are still along the sidelines. Nobody is headed out anymore, and perhaps there was a penalty on the conversion.
Maybe not enough people on the field. Looks as if Notre Dame's going to line up for another extra point.
And having been penalized, Notre Dame has been penalized, and so they're going to try another conversion. It's still tied, as you were. It's still tied 34-34.
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty against Notre Dame, and Eunice again. We'll have Knaffel holding for him.
What pressure.
Knaffel will hold, and Joe Eunice will have to try to do it again. It's down, Eunice kicks it, and it is good. Now Notre Dame has won the football game 35 to 34, having to do it a second time, having sustained a 5-yard penalty. Anything you want to say?
I don't know what to say, Lindsey. Houston's got to be just unbelievably heartbroken over this loss. They were coasting along only to see Notre Dame come back, and Montana has done it again.
He has, in fact. Joe Montana has brought them from behind. So now, this is Lindsey Nelson from Paul Horning and Frank Lieber saying so long from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, and from all of us to all of you, a very happy New Year.